today, and I have here with me a set of obviously my panels here. We're going to talk about the toss that just was won by the West Indies team, and they have elected to bat today. So, how do you guys think that's going to play out? Because the first time that they won the toss and they elected to bat, they won the match, the first T20 that was held in Karachi.
Well, yeah, definitely, it's a good wicket to bat on, and West Indies know about their strengths. But I think any team who would have won the toss would have liked to put a good total on the board and then put pressure on the other team to chase it down. Talking about West Indies side, I think two major players are out. One, Matthew has left the squad, and she has been brilliant on the top of order for the West Indies, and also Marissa is not playing today. That will play a little bit a role for the West Indies and a little advantage to Pakistan, but definitely I think a good toss to win.
Definitely. Kamran, what do you think? With Doughton at the helm of affairs, like she has been throughout the tournament, do you think with the first ODI, we expect to see some more miracles from her?
Yeah, the kind of form she is in, obviously she is a player to watch out for Pakistan, and obviously winning the toss here, that's a big advantage. Especially the pitch looks like a good bat first pitch, and historically on Dubai as well. The chasing is not that easy, and on this ground, this is the first ever women's cricket international match. So we have to see how the pitch plays out, but how it looks, right now it looks like West Indies have good advantage after winning the toss and batting first.
Great. Nabil, do you think that we expect to see another big total? We saw, say, 150, then we also saw 162, 130. Do you think we see another total like that?
ODIs are a different ball game as compared to the T20 internationals. Given the power rating that West Indies have, I think Pakistan have planned pretty well in this series. The strategy has been no pace on the ball. If you see, Diana Baig has not been played. They have operated with the spinners. So I think spinners will come into play, and it would be a different challenge for the West Indies and as well as for the Pakistan team as well.
Perfect. What about Bisma not being the captain today? Marina, do you think that will be a factor?
Yeah, definitely not just as being a captain, but also a player because Pakistan heavily relies on her, and she's a brilliant batter for Pakistan, has been performing well, and that will be a little concerning point, but definitely there are many players who can step up today and bring Pakistan home. I think that Stephanie, I heard her interview yesterday, she talked about her spinners. She's playing like she has five main spinners, and she said that she will be operating more with the spinners. So she knows that Pakistan lacks a little bit at the power hitting area, and that's the little concern. But with the likes of Alia and Nizar Dar and also Kainat, I've played with her and I've seen her improve. She has improved that power hitting zone. So I think that Pakistan can overcome that in ODI with the shorter boundary. So let's see how that goes.
Okay, and the T20s in Karachi, they were well played. We both did a great job. We played well as well. The West Indies put in a great effort. Now these three ODIs, what do you guys think? Do you think is Pakistan going to take this, or the West Indies are at a better chance?
I think it's too early to comment on that. We have just had the first toss of the series, so we have to see at least how the first session goes and how the teams, because both the teams, they are not playing the first priority 11s. So especially for Pakistan, the captain is out, and just on the eve of the match, it's never a good sign.
Absolutely.
So how they cope with that, that's going to be a key factor. And then how the spinners on this track, especially Nashra and Sanamir, they will be very critical. Their form and both of them are very capable. But how they perform on this pitch and how they make use of this pitch, that will be very critical for the overall outcome of this series, I think.
Nabil, any words before we close the pre-match? What do you think is going to be happening today? Do you think it's going to be a fantastic match again?
I think the sort of series that we had, the T20 International, it was phenomenal. And though Pakistan lost it 2-1, but they won the last match. So they have the momentum going into the ODI series, and we wish both the teams best of luck, and hopefully we'll see a cracker of a series here.
That's great. Thank you, guys. That's all. That's all from the pre-match here at the Dubai International Stadium, and we're wishing both the teams very best. Let's see what the day unfolds like.
audio check. Hello, audio check. Hello, audio check. Hello. Hello, audio check. Hello, one, two, three. Hello, hello. Could you hear me? Hello, Yasin buddy, I like you. You're a nice hard worker.
Oh my God.
Hello, one, two, three.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Hello, hello, hello. Could you hear me? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Could you hear me? Hello, could you hear me? Hello, hello. One, two, three. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Yasin, I'm speaking loudly now. Hello, could you hear me?
I hope. One second, huh? I hope किसको live नहीं किया हुआ है. जो viewers already signed in है वो बोलेंगे क्या पागल कितना पागल हो सकते हैं.
Hello. 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 आवाज आ रही है?
My head hurts. Would you want black tea, black coffee, something? Can I get you something?
Pleasure.
Yeah? No,
Thank you
because I
very
have to keep going, otherwise I'll. So I've got hit. I've got hit in the head 2 days back. So can you see the? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and we're live here from all the way Dubai International Cricket Stadium, and its first match, first ever one-day international between Pakistan versus West Indies, and you can see there the and it's the West Indies team. Knight batsman, Dottin all-rounder, Campbell batsman, Nation batsman, Henry batsman, and Cornell bowler. Anisa, she's bowler. Aguilera, she's the wicketkeeper batsman. Fletcher bowler. McLean and Selman bowler. And in commentary box, I've been joined by Chavi. Welcome, Chavi. Good morning. How are you doing?
Thank you, Asif, and good morning to everybody. All the viewers from across the world who have just probably joined us. We're on a fantastic day here for cricket. It's going to be the first one-day international being played between Pakistan women and West Indies women. What a fantastic day of cricket here. We're at the Dubai International Stadium. We're absolutely pumped and excited to bring this game to you live all the way from Dubai. I think you've had some good experience with the girls at Pakistan. In Pakistan, did you cover them live at the T20s?
Yeah, actually, we were watching them live in an action, and of course that they played well. Bad luck, they didn't win, but yeah, it was a good experience. And we were happy that it was international matches at the Pakistan Karachi, and now all set for the first international ODI at Dubai Cricket Stadium. And let's see, what's the call from the umpire? Yes, plays the call. Here we go for the first ball.
That will go down the leg side. The wide signal starts off with the extra here. And, well, not something Pakistan would have wanted.
Well, that's right. Off the mark with an extra delivery, and of course, not a good start for the Pakistan yet.
So better delivery, is hitting us straight on the pad, and bit of a shout, but the ball delivery just getting a bit of a late swing going down the leg side.
Well, as before the match, you were talking about the moisture in the track, and you were telling me that would be helping earlier 5-10 overs to the fast bowlers. Let's see what happens.
Yes, it will help the bowlers get a little bit of a late swing, and the ball won't rise as much. As we can see, the bounce is not that much. There's a lot of moisture there on the track. A little bit of grass as well will help the bowlers get a little bit of a late swing.
Well, Knight is on the strike. You could see the side of Windies women team. Well, plenty of experience, isn't it?
There's plenty of experience coming in from both the sides. Experienced players down there on the field for both Pakistan and West Indies. And what a great atmosphere for both of them to be coming down here to the UAE. A better delivery, that much better delivery up the pitch, fuller length, and I think that's what she needs to do, is to get it as close as she can to the batsman.
Well, that's right, and if you see there that she got a slip, and point covers an extra cover. Again, it's beautiful delivery.
Just moving away from the batsman there slightly, the left-hander in play. Knight and Ayman Anwar just getting that little bit of movement in the air that we were talking about.
Yeah, she was very good in the T20 as well.
And that's why the slip. It's a better delivery, just slightly short of good length there, and keeping the batsman on the charge. I think what West Indies winning the toss here, electing to bat first, would want to do is put up a good total. And they've got a good bowling lineup as well, just to restrict the Pakistani batsmen.
Well, Chavi, I was expecting that if they won the toss, they would go for the ball first. But I'm amazed that they've decided to bat first.
Yeah, it was the Yorker-led delivery, the appeal, but a bump ball and the end of the over. Good over that. And just the one from it, so it's one after one.
Well, it's the Pakistan women team. Setra, Nahida, Javeria, Umama, Nida, Kainat, Aliyah, Sana, Sedra, Ayman and Nashra.
And we're going to have the experienced Sana Mir starting in from the pavilion end.
I beg your pardon, it's Nida Dar. If I'm not wrong.
It's Sana Mir.
Ah, okay, yeah. You're right, sorry for that.
Good looking shot, but we'll find the fielder at the cover point.
Have you heard the cracking voice? That was a nice voice, isn't it?
Well, that was a great sound of the willow.
Yeah.
However, if you see half the strip covered under the sun, so that the far end will dry out much faster than the pavilion end of the strip, as you can see on the screens as well, and that will make an effect on the bowlers bowling in from either end, especially the fuller deliveries.
Mir in action. Well, it was a good delivery. And you could see that she has placed a fielder at mid-wicket region. And a fielder on the long on as well. She's bowling with a slap. Good strategy from the captain.
It's a good... you only allowed 2 outside the circle, at least for the first 10 overs or so in the power play. That's well played, and they will cross over.
Yes, and Dottin off the mark with a single. Dottin, she's in good touch. You know that she played tremendously in T20 at Karachi.
She's been in great touch since the T20 World Cup. We've seen her come across with some cracker shots, and yes, all the T20s that she played at Karachi, they were entertainment. It was of the best sort.
Yeah, exactly, that's right. And let me ask you that, have you ever played against her?
No, not yet, but well, hopefully someday we would.
Good luck, Chavi. Once again, good delivery by Sana Mir. Plenty of experience. And if you could see that, she's bowling proper off-spin deliveries, isn't it?
Yeah, she comes in with a whole lot of experience. She's been the former captain as well. She knows the areas. And the shout goes up. It's probably a bat and pad there, I reckon.
Yeah, that's right. Another very good over. Just one from it. 2 gone, 2 for none.
2 overs gone. It's 2 for none. Pakistan keeping the Windies on check. And we've got Dottin who's going to be on strike, and we're going to have to see what Ayman Anwar has got in store for Dottin.
Wow. Good delivery. Played straight away to the covers. No run there.
And Asif, sometimes we forget we're playing a 50 over, and we expect the batsman to go right away, but we're playing, it's the one-day international. It's the first one-day international of the 3 that are going to be played here in the UAE. And what a venue. Good shot that, and that's well fielded as well. The skipper.
Well, that's right, but when you talk about Dottin, her action, I mean, she knows that, how to accelerate. And whenever you're pitching over-pitch deliveries to her, you get ready for the punishment, as we observed in the T20 as well.
Yeah, every batsman has their zones where they are extremely strong in. And you have to keep them in check. Again, that delivery, just a bit short of length, will keep Dottin on the charge, will keep her thinking. And Ayman Anwar, I think, is doing a great job that way. We see the team is looking good here today. They realize it's a one-day international. Got 50 overs to go past. 48, I beg your pardon.
This time, cut in, but straight to the fielder. Well, so when we talk about the dot deliveries, even in ODI, put pressure on the batsman, isn't there? But I'm pretty much sure that if she spent some time over there, yeah, she could hit some huge hits.
Truly rightly said. I mean, it's the one-day international is all about how much time you spend out there in the middle. That's cut through the gap, and well, there'll be no stopping that. That's going to reach the ropes, and that's the first boundary coming in through the willow of Dottin.
Well, this is what I was expecting from her. I mean, she's so beauty in that. Got the width, cut in and cut in nicely, get the boundary. So first boundary of the match. Once again, this time, more extra cover. Wow. Beautifully timed, 4 runs. So back-to-back boundaries for Dottin. And very good over for the Windies. 10 for none. Look at that. Over pitch delivery. Timed and timed nicely. No chance for any fielder. Great shot.
Some runs on the board would help ease off the pressure from the first over for the Windies. Sanamir back into the attack from the pavilion end. She's making a couple of changes in the field. She's got a deep mid-wicket that's on the ropes. And that's probably the end. She's got everybody else up on the circle. Flighted and pitched up delivery.
Well, definitely helping against left-hander, especially. And Sanamir, she's bowling with flight, with spin. She's good so far. Once again, good delivery on the back foot.
She's going to bring in the variations. She's got a couple of variations. The flighted one. She's got a faster one as well that skims through. And she will, coming with the experience that she holds, she will come in with the kind of... she does realize what the turf holds in for her. Nice delivery. Nice flighted, using the air.
Well, good idea that you're bowling with a slap and an early over. If it's spinning and helping you, you will get early wicket, putting pressure on your opposition, isn't it?
She's bowling around the wickets to the left-hander. Just trying to get that little bit of an odd bounce. And that's the delivery she wants. But that's the delivery that she would want to bounce on to get that catch there at the slip. And that's why the slip in place.
Well, and if you see at the mid-wicket area, and if she go for the pull in the short or the sweeping, there's a chance for the catch as well if she's in clearing the rope. Oh, it wasn't a good delivery, to be very honest. She was lucky that didn't go for the boundary.
Well, I reckon Asif, it wasn't a bad one, a bit of a variation just outside the off stump, that one. Wouldn't mind it, Saramir. She's got the fielder in place.
Good feeling this time. It's another over gone, 4 gone now. And 10 for 9. It was a maiden over, Chavi. I enjoyed that bowling. Well, Ayman Anwar back to the attack now.
Should continue till probably for another couple of overs. She's been bowling some good lines. An interesting fact. This is ODI, a women's ODI that have been played across the world for many, many years now. Good looking shot. That will go straight to the fielder. And this is coming back to interesting facts. This is ODI number 1137. So we've come a long way if we look at women's cricket.
That's right.
And Asif, these two teams have played 22 times in a one-day international, head-to-head. 22 times.
Well, that's right. And I mean, still, dew factors disturbing bowlers. You could see that.
Yes, they will have to consider that. There's still a lot of dew on the ground. It's settled in quite well. Fuller delivery.
Well, in the last over of the Ayman, you could observe that, you should have observed that Dutton, she was looking aggressive, over pitch deliveries and get boundaries. And I do expect that she is in danger mood, to be very honest.
Well, she's the kind of batsman who gets after the bowlers very, very quickly. She will be looking to do that. They do realize they'll need that score. Well, not getting enough bat on that. They've got a sweeper covered in place, so just the one.
Yes, fine leg was in circle. Now fine leg is coming back. Knight. Still on dock, I think. Yeah. And she has faced 14 deliveries. And she's in trouble.
I wouldn't say trouble. She's taking her time, hitting her on the pad, and this might be a chance, a close call, but good run there by Knight. Had to hurry.
Still with the pads.
It's the line that Ayman Anwar is bowling as well. That we need to also realize there's a lefty-righty combination working in for the Windies, and that will also disturb the bowler a little bit.
Yeah. Dutton, ready to face. Wow, good looking cricket shot. Ending up with this dot delivery. So 5 overs gone now. 11, 12, I beg your pardon, without any loss. Sana Mir in action, Chavi. Wow, good delivery. Knight is facing some troubles against Sana Mir. She isn't going against the spin. She isn't going for an unorthodox shot.
Sanamir, like I've been mentioning, comes in with a whole lot of experience in her hand that will, and she knows exactly what she would want to be bowling in an ODI and a T20. So those variations are there with the cricketers, and Sanamir definitely is one of them.
And let me ask you, what if she could put a fielder on silly mid-off?
No. That's probably not the need of the hour at the moment. The field is set right to the bowling that she is. And that's bowling. She gets the bails right off on the mark. And that's the one that she was looking for, trapping the left-hander right from the start. And the first blow here for the Windies. And Pakistan get there.
Well, got a wicket. She was trying to get that ball. Beautiful delivery. So first wicket for Pakistan. And Knight departs on duck. Henry, new batter in, and we're in number 7 shirt.
The skipper, Stephanie Taylor, walks in. And Asif, let me share a little bit of a fan moment here. I look up to Stephanie Taylor. I'm a big fan of the Windies captain.
So some craziness in combox as well.
Well, we share the same jersey number, Taylor and I.
Good luck, Charlie. Good luck, Taylor.
Bit of a nick on the pad there. The ball will be running away. Won't go too far.
We'll have to see the signal going for the third, and good running between the wicket. Well, so wide signal. So I think it's 4 runs, yeah?
Yeah, that's a 4 runs. And that was brilliant running from both the batsmen out there, sprinting through the ends. Dottin especially. She was looking, the third one that she took was fantastic.
Yes, Charlie. So, now Dottin on the strike. Sana Mir, so far successful.
Played well. Just want to take a breather after the 3 sprints.
If you do remember that, Dottin made 100 in ODI as well. Beautiful delivery. Asking for the storms, but no signal from the umpire.
Well, the umpire not interested in that one.
Yeah, might be. It was a good delivery.
Deandra Dottin, 27 years of age. There's been a lot of runs through Hope Willow. She has around 2,704 runs in the ODIs. And we will come back with more facts. 6 gone. It's a 16 for 1.
Well, Eamon would continue her fourth over, I beg your pardon. And Stephanie Taylor. Chavez, so happy for her. And of course you wanted a blasting innings from her.
Well, a nicely stabilized, well-constructed innings for from the skipper is what her side would be wanting as well.
Skipper, to be a skipper.
Just moving away, that late swing as we've been talking about, we can see that now. And well, the sun has reached through the entire strip, so we will see some bounce coming in a little later once it dries out. And Ayman Anwar, she's been bowling some good lines. We were talking about Dotton. 114 ODIs for the youngster.
Well, and if we talk about the weather of Dubai in Jan-Fab, do you think that it would be helping for the early overs? Might be?
I mean, you know, you don't see a prolonged winter here in the Middle East, especially in the UAE, is a hot country. There's usually a lot of moisture in the air, which is rightly true. No breeze.
Good running between the wicket. Look at that. The fielder at the point. She's coming from the edge of the circle. So got this advantage and got a single there.
Put the right hands in for the West Indies coming in play. Bit easy there to maintain the lines by the bowler. Uppish delivery. Easy single.
Well, now they got the change in the strategy. They got sweeper covers for Dotton. She got a couple of boundaries there. And after that, well, right thinking from the captain.
Thinking skipper for Pakistan, Javeria Khan. Maybe trying to bring in the variations, watching the batsman closely. Good delivery, sticking to the turf and then rising.
Well, she was trying to nudge that ball towards third man area, but yes, of course, it was a good delivery. Wasn't a pacey delivery.
Slow one through the air this time. And these will be the deliveries that will make a mark later on. These are the ones, the variations that come in play.
The same one which I was talking about earlier. So got a single at third man area. Kainat was standing there, ending up with this single, and 7 gone now, 19 for 1. So well, Sanamir still in action, still there. Successful so far. Got a wicket earlier. And was bowling so well, nicely. Chance for a run out. Miss it. Dear, come on.
A direct hit would have put the skipper into trouble. Oh, my. Excitement in the field now. The 1 wicket gone. Suddenly, you see things are happening.
Wasn't a run. Why she was running there?
Now that one is.
Let me tell you now, they're trying to take some cheeky singles.
Well, singles are the ones that will put some pressure onto the fielders, and that's what these two are trying to do. They will require that.
Good fielding, but throw wasn't perfect. She would have gone otherwise.
Direct hit would have put her in trouble.
Good delivery, good bowling.
She's using the air well, Sanamir.
Yeah.
She realizes the flighted deliveries will, she would want to get Dottin to come out on her feet, on her front foot. That's what she's doing, very rightly so. And Dottin, on the other hand, keeping the head cool, the temperament's good.
And this time, over extra cover, got the boundary. Beautiful piece of timing. And she's Dottin. Oh,
she gets onto the ball, the over pitch delivery, and goes right through there, the gap. No fielder at long on, I beg your pardon. And the boundary coming in. Dottin wouldn't mind that. The runs are coming nice and easy. They will have to build up on the innings. The run rate will sky up eventually for the Windies.
good delivery this time. So ending up this over now with this dot delivery. Good over for Windies, got a boundary.
Eight overs gone, 24 for 1, the Windies. Eman Anwar to continue. There's going to be a change in the com box now. Joining me is Marina. Welcome. Beautiful day out here.
Yeah, thank you so much and welcome everyone out there with us. What a beautiful, perfect sunny day out here at Dubai Stadium, and what a magnificent venue to play at.
Played well and sent back. Well, Taylor seems to be in a bit of a hurry for the singles.
Yeah, she has a reputation of running hard, good singles and dropping it close to the fielders. This pair is really important for West Indies and also for Pakistan to break.
Definitely that will be. And, well, one more change in the com box. I'll be signing off. We'll be back and Abid will join you.
Thank you very much, Chavi, for keeping us updated and taking us through the game. So far, seems good. Things looks good. Okay. Pakistan have successfully taken, but this partnership will be crucial. Shakira Taylor would be the one they will be eyeing to take.
That was a good single by Taylor. Soft hands, just angling a little bit away from the point fielder to make that single happen. Definitely a crucial partnership for West Indies. Both of these players are their superstars.
Is bowling his fourth delivery. That was driven towards the cover. No chance of a run.
Yeah, just playing on the up, but luckily straight to the fielder. Was a good looking shot. Sending Dottin up, I think they're just trying to give her a little bit of time, and then we can know how explosive she can be.
Yeah, definitely. It's a 50 overs game. Things will be different from the T20. A lovely piece of fielding there. A bit of fumble between the batter man. It's a dot ball.
Yeah, Juwairiya Khan, one of the good fielders of Pakistan team, putting on pressure as a fielding unit on the singles the West Indies are trying to steal. But that's what you need as a fielding unit to cut down that singles.
Yeah, these little things makes a lot of difference in the end of the game. So yes, they need to put the show here. The shorter version was completely taken over by the West Indian women's. That's a dot ball to end the over with. 25 for 1 after 9 overs.
Two main pillars for West Indies, Doughton and Taylor out there in the middle. The first wicket fallen was Knight, bowled by Sanami. What a brilliant delivery that was. But this partnership, these two women in maroon shirts, they're really important. Change in bowling for Pakistan. Nashra Sandhu coming on to bowl.
Good delivery to start with. Dot ball. She's very accurate to her line and length. I've seen her quite a times now. Oh, that's a big shout. I think it was sliding towards the leg stump.
Yeah, just angling into the right-hander Nashra Sandhu. And they've got protection down at the deep cover because that is one of the strength areas for Taylor.
Comes Nashra. Nicely looped delivery. No chance for batsman to hit it hard.
Taking off pace a little bit off the ball, Nashra Sandhu.
Yeah, what she's doing is that she's giving a little bit air to the ball, a nicely flighted delivery, which is not easy to play at all. Lovely morning to play, yeah.
Yeah, a good sunny day out here at the Dubai Cricket Stadium. It's a beautiful stadium, and that's the first game the stadium is hosting, a women's cricket match here at Dubai Cricket Stadium. And lucky for Pakistan, they are the part of this historic day.
Lucky for us, indeed, as well, to be a part of it. This is indeed a history in making. The stadium is hosting for the first time a women's international match. So end of the over here. A maiden over.
Another change in bowling for Pakistan. Nida Dar now into the attack. Little steady proceedings for West Indies right now, but this lady on the screen, the number 5, we know that she can hit out of the park anytime, any ball. So Pakistan just operating with spin, offering no pace, just allowing this pair not to settle down by changing the bowlers frequently.
Yeah, this is what their been a strength. The spin departments of Pakistan has been very accurate. We have seen throughout the series of 2020 that was driven towards the onside and dot ball to start with Dar. Nida Dar is a very good bowler as well. Nice delivery there.
Yeah, a little bit quicker this time. The last one was a little bit tossed up, mistimed at Doughton, but this time just a little bit firing in, just unsettling on the length.
You won't be seeing that Doughton here because it's a 50 overs game, a longer version. She would love to take her time, and she should. She deserves to have a time and a score big today. She's the player who is West Indians rely the most.
Yeah, they have a plan. We can see that they have sent Doughton up the order to give her some time, and then when the time is right, she can just lose her screws and head out of the park and set up a good total for West Indies. And it seems that Doughton is settling in for that role.
Yes, building it up. Another dot ball. They wouldn't be worried about these dot deliveries. I think Marina in the later part of the game they can cover it up if they have wickets in hand.
Oh yeah, definitely. Taylor and Doughton, they have the reputation of doing that.
A quick over.
Yeah, end of the over. And they're the rankings. Sanami right up on the top for Pakistan. What a superstar she has been, an icon in the sports world for Pakistan, and taking most of the wickets with 6.63 ratings.
Yeah, that's you can see all Pakistani movements. It's Sanamir who's on top. The next one comes Nashra Sandhu on number 35. After the 11 overs, the score is 25 for 1. The run rate is close to 2.75. Must be wasn't be concerning them much at this because they can cover it up later in the game. And comes Nashra again.
They've built a very tight infield around these two West Indies batter, not allowing the tight singles they were taking early on. And Nashra with a very tight line and length. They definitely have a plan.
I think the bowlers are doing good. They are not allowing them to take these singles, and the fielders are as well participating it well, and they are covering it up, not giving anything easy. That takes the confidence of the bowler high. Yet another dot ball there.
Yeah, brilliant bowling by Nashra and a brilliant plan by Javeria. You can see it's a packed offside, and that's the line Nashra is maintaining. That's the teamwork you need to watch out on the field by the bowler and the fielders.
Tries to cut this one, didn't get middle of the wood. It took inner edge, lucky didn't go towards the stumps, and takes one.
Yeah, lucky escape there for Taylor. Talking about a wicket, I think that the ball is a little bit gripping into it, not coming on to bat as the West Indies would like it. But that's really well executed bowling by Nashra and a good plan by Javeria Khan.
Yeah, she doesn't give too much room to the batsman. Just we saw that when the batsman tried to play a cut shot, the ball chipping in a bit and taking the inner edge. So yet again, Nashra, lovely flighted delivery to one more delivery to go in this over. Only one coming off it so far.
Yeah, I think that Pakistan is doing a good work out there with a clear mind. Both the spinners have a very precise plan according to the batters out there with a good batting setup and fielding backing them up.
That's a push towards the mid-off. We'll get one there. 2 runs coming off it. End of the over, number 12. Once again, a little full delivery there. But no harm done. It's just a dot ball. Another dot ball to start the over with.
Yeah, Totten just digging in. They're taking her time. Oh, mix up.
Let me tell you, if this was a direct hit, would be a big question for the umpires there. Doughton just survived.
Yeah, a little bit of a mix-up within the batters, but Kainat Imtiaz there at the short third man area. She's a brilliant fielder.
Yeah, this is better. Soft hands, and they are not looking certainly in any hurry at the moment. The West Indian women's, they are taking little time. Oh, that's it out. Was it gone? No, umpire says not out.
Seems like a little bit of an inside edge. We'll have to see in a replay. But yeah, definitely a good bowling by Nida Dar. And I think the West Indies have a clear plan. They know that Nida and Nashra operating right now are good bowlers. They won't allow any loose deliveries, and it's not any need right now to take them on. Later on, they can accelerate and put down the foot to get their scoring options going.
Yeah, but I think the single should be coming the way they are batting at the moment. It's more than a test match than an ODI. End of the over. Another beautiful over comes to end from Nida Dar. Another maiden over there.
Yeah, unlikely of West Indies. They do like to take on the game. If not, then they like to rotate the strike. But right now, just a little bit blocked down, or maybe you can say too much of caution there. But overall, if we talk about the bowling side, Pakistan is doing a brilliant work. Oh, yeah, didn't seem like an inside edge, but probably outside off stump. That was the impact area.
Yeah, the impact would be under the cushion there. So it's Ashra again. A nice delivery, a bit of filler this time. Not giving a lot of room, air to the ball this time. Little quicker. Yeah, nice mixing up with the pace. Nashra Sandhu.
Yeah, she's a brilliant bowler. A youngster with a full mature mind. She can mix it up, angle it in, fire in, slow it down.
Yes, that's the perfect length, and she's very accurate to her line and length. Very accurate, and same as goes to the Taylor. She's taking her time and trying to play the ball as late as possible. This one cut it off through its the covers region. 1 run.
Yeah, just giving a little bit of room, Taylor, and making sure that she gets through the infield to get a single out. West Indies should start thinking about the singles rotation of strike, because the way they're playing right now will not help them. They can hit out in later, but right now they should be thinking about their scoring options. They do have, and these two players have the reputation of scoring.
Soft hands, back to the bowler, dot delivery. Well, being as a captain is and Doughton, so I'm sure they know what they are going through and what they need to do. Back to the bowler. Yet again, a dot ball. Lots of dot deliveries. That would be a big concern, I think, for the West Indian women.
Yes, exactly. They need to rotate strike to take down the pressure from both of them. But Pakistan on the top right now.
End of the over. Only one coming off it. That's the bowling figures. Ayman Anwar bowling 5 overs, giving 14 runs. And Amir bowled 4 overs, taken a wicket, a maiden, and given 10 runs only. Nashra Sandhu, 3 overs, 1 maiden and 3 runs only.
Brilliant figures for the Pakistani bowlers.
Full and delivery, glanced it away, 1 run.
Worked out nicely towards the leg side. I think probably they do have a discussion in the middle, and they have thought through, because it's not easy to hit out Pakistan in the later overs, because they have some good bowlers who can maintain in that overs, like Ayman with the slow ones. Sana will come on back, so they should have a plan right now as to how they can operate.
Yes, indeed. The Sana Amir's overs will be crucial. That her second spell will be, I'm sure she'll be doing her third spell as well here. Oh, that's a nice delivery. A good bounce on it. Nedada.
Doughton wanted to run down through the third man area, but beaten with the pace. Wanted to pull it, but the length wasn't there. Some signs of aggression coming from Doughton. Probably they have decided that they need to put down foot and get their runs going.
Oh, this time she tried to play a big shot here. Missed it completely. That's what, when you build a pressure, you can't go easily.
Yes, now the nerves are taking on to Doughton. Nedadar beautifully bowled, inviting Doughton to hit out, but he was again beaten.
Dot delivery to end the over with. Nicely bowled by Nidadar. This spell is doing well. I think this pair of Pakistan bowling spin done a decent job. 29 runs on the board for the loss of 1 wicket after 15 overs.
Stephanie Taylor right now on number 7 in the ICC Championship batters list. She has an average of 43 and strike rate around 70. So there's no doubt that she can go big and long. Credit to the Pakistani fielding and bowling right now. They've really tightened up that ring around the West Indies batters.
Trying to make a room for herself there. Stephanie Taylor didn't find a gap there in the field, because the Pakistan is doing a brilliant job in the outfield there.
Yeah, no room whatsoever, very tight line in length. The thing I like about that plan Pakistan has, that they have covered all the strength areas of Stephanie, and they're bowling the right length. They've got the cover deep down the line and the mid-wicket. And with that length, that's the only two areas probably you can hit out.
Well, I feel that if Stephanie would try to play it towards the onside, would be a little bit chance for her to take easy singles or at least to get a boundary. But what she's doing is that she's continuously trying to play in that field, whereas the sweeper is in the deep. 1 run coming off it.
Yeah, that's the line Ashra is offering to her. A little bit of work can be done if he use the crease and walks towards off stump and then hit out towards the leg side. But I think that's not the need of the hour right now. They're just cruising through these middle overs, but probably the rotation of strike is important.
Nicely fielded there.
A good strong back foot punch by Doughton, but no run luckily, straight to the fielder. "16 overs gone, West Indies is 30 for the loss of 1. Dandra Doughton, 16 of 49. Very unlikely of her right now, but given that it's ODI, you can give a little bit of room to her.
Oh, that's a quick single there. Well taken. Yes, you need to do similar to that. Try to ease a little pressure there. Take quick ones.
Yeah, good loud clear call by Taylor. The moment she played, she knew that single was on.
Better delivery this one. Again, a dot ball. Dar. Soft delivery. That was played with soft hands. 1 run, easy. Yeah, on the own side, if West Indian batter, if they try to play on the on side, I think they can easily get singles.
Yes, just like Doughton did. Soft hands worked out towards the square leg area, the vacant area, for 1 run. Singles do put a little bit pressure on the bowler because the bowler needs to maneuver the line length.
Yeah, this is better delivery. What Pakistan bowlers need to do is that toss it up towards a little bit on the 4th or 5th stump and just try to get it into the batsman. Oh! Good call by Doughton. It would have been.
Definitely good call because Kainat Imtiaz, as I mentioned, she's a brilliant fielder. Was very quick onto the ball, but right time, right moment, good loud call.
Similar delivery. Tossed it little flare. End of the over. "32 runs for a loss of 1 wicket after 17 overs. Doughton. A shorter line delivery, this one. Passed it towards the offside.
Yeah, it was there to put away, but I think that the ball is gripping a little bit in the surface, not coming onto the bat.
Yeah, Dubai Stadium has been mystery of being a little slow wicket and helping the spinners all the time. We have seen Shahid Afridi having his best in this stadium, taking 6 wickets against Australia. The spinners always do good in this wicket, in this stadium as well. So I think Pakistan will have an upper hand here because they have too many spinners in their bowling lineup. And that's what we can see, what they are doing. This one went to the sweeper. That was a great piece of fielding there. Didn't allow to batsman take the second one.
There was a definite call for 2 by Taylor, but Sidra Amin down at the cover boundary. She's quick, and a quick release just allowed West Indies a single.
Dot ball.
You're talking about the spinners. Pakistan has plenty of them and all world class. If you talk about Sana Mir, Nasha Sandhu, Nida Dar, they are there at the top in the rankings.
Oh, excellent piece of fielding there. Well, I like the way these women's have come up now. They play hard now. It's unlike earlier. They play hard. They give tough time to each other and make real competition to the cricket now.
Oh yes, the game is on when you're in the field.
Oh. Brilliant piece of wicket keeping, I would say.
Definitely. Quick hands by Sidra Nawaz, but lucky for Doughton and unlucky for Pakistan. A big heave for Doughton, but couldn't connect it.
.34 on the board after 1 wicket going down, 18 runs. It's strings break. Change every 30 minutes so everybody gets rest. Yes, come on, sir. And who is with you? Who's going to huh?
Nabil.
Nabil. As soon as we get to the field, we'll introduce you and we'll leave.
Okay.
आज पार्क के रखा है यूजुअली इतना ही होता है वुमेन्स में to introduce you as soon as the game starts.
इतना ज़्यादा lag तो नहीं है ना? But it's like a few seconds here and there, है ना? It's almost all the way through.
Better to watch there than
Yeah.
the TV. ये मेरे ख्याल से
नहीं ये लाइव जा रहा होगा इसको देख उसको नहीं इसको देखिए
Yeah, yeah. Just on YouTube, so with a bit of lag, yeah.
हाँ, लेकिन इसमें ये बिल्कुल ब्रॉडकास्ट है लाइव है. वो भी मतलब
नहीं मैं
पैर भी चेंज हुआ
रिटर्न नहीं है मैं बस
मैं भी ऐसी खड़ी हुई थी, मैं भी परेशान हूँ। मैं कही, क्या हो गया?
नहीं मुझे
मैं भी-
मेरी
change in the com box. It will be Nabil Hashmi and Saba Masood giving you from the com box the in and out of the game. Thank you, Nabil.
Thank you so much, Abid. It has been a slow start from the Windies. Quite unexpected of them with Doughton and Stefani Taylor playing Sabah.
Yeah. As you can see, I think they've had them really constricted in their runs today. They haven't been able to achieve much.
We got to give it to the Pakistani bowlers as well. They have bowled tight lines. Haven't given away much room to the Windies batters.
Absolutely no doubt to that. Bit of rehydration there for the teams. They're looking to take singles at least.
And this has been swept hard. I think that is where Pakistan have done well. They have forced the likes of Doughton and Stefani Taylor to play against their natural game, and they have been restricted to the singles mostly. A bit of turn there, so the signs are not so good for Pakistan as well. I think looking at the pitch right now, I think Pakistani stand-in captain Javeria would want to restrict the West Indies batting side to 170, 175.
Absolutely.
It could be a close game.
With Bisma away, Javeria is going to want to take the game at least home today. The West Indies women are at 38. Umaima Sohail is with the ball right now. And let's not forget the kind of talent that these two batsmen have.
It's 38 for fun after 19 overs, and like you were saying, Sabah, they can take the game away within few overs, and Pakistan would be wary of that. Triandra Doughton unbeaten on 19.
If it comes to Doughton, she can take charge of the affairs, be at the top of the game, and leave no room for anybody else for her to be stopped.
We saw her batting in the T20 series as well, where she hit massive sixes, and
Out of a 19, and it was, I think, the highest that she's achieved. It was a brilliant performance from her.
she was single-handedly carrying the Windies batting lineup.
And not out.
I think that is where Windies are quite lucky that they have got good all-rounders in their side. An easy single. Sanamir is not happy. I think the ball was quite far from the short mid-wicket fielder. Javeria is standing right there.
Sanamir is looking forward to getting another wicket.
She has bowled really well, really tight lines, and the dismissal against Kaisia Knight. That was a brilliant delivery. Skidded on. It has more to do with the line that Sana has bowled today, that she has been able to put pressure on the Windies lineup.
She has also become the only Asian cricketer to have played 100 T20s.
I think that's a great achievement, and given the sort of role model she has become for the Pakistani women cricketers, I think that's a good landmark to achieve.
Another single.
And it's important, like you mentioned, that she has gone on to play 100 matches, and to have her in the side and help out the likes of Javeria and Bisma with the captaincy, that plays a big part. You just cannot discard the experience players out of the side. The transition phase is really important. That is where seniors like Sana Mir come into play.
Oh, that is a close call, but no luck there.
So Sana continues to create problems for the Windies. Let's see whether Javeria would bowl out Sana's all overs, because there's still so much to come in the game, and like you said, anytime Doughton and Stephanie Taylor can take the attack to Pakistan, and that is where Javeria needs to calculate which bowler to bowl where.
That is where the Pakistani side will need to be really scared to not let them get to that yet.
Because it might be their strategy as well to see off Sana, because she's an experienced bowler and they know that she can create problems.
The Pakistani side is still playing really well. They're not letting the West Indies take too many runs. For all these overs, the run rate is still really low.
Yeah, I think other than the bowlers, some of the fielders have done really well in the inner circle. Shorted delivery, cut for a single. Single won't hurt Pakistan here. Like I was saying, that some of the fielders in the inner circle have done pretty well. Likes of Kainat, Imtiaz, Naheda, Javeria. They have mounted pressure on the Windies side by not giving away easy singles.
Umaima Sahil with the ball now. To Taylor. And another dot.
So you can see the pressure is now mounting on the Windies batters, and they are looking itchy right now.
You can definitely tell by their body language that they really are inspiring to get more runs.
They aren't used to be bogged down like that, and obviously with Pakistan coming with a certain plan that they have bowled well outside the off stump, not giving too much flight to the Windies batters. Doughton eyeing the field.
She's itching to take the next ball to the boundary.
Yet another single. The call is off too, but Doughton slip at the non-striker end.
Nabil, with the pitch, do you think a big total could be put up there today?
I think it would depend how Stephanie Taylor and Doughton play, because Windies have gone with a better bowling lineup, and I feel like they are a bit short on the batting firepower. If Pakistan get rid of these two, I think Pakistan would be in the game. And looking at the pitch, how it has played, it has been relayed in this particular strip, so it is having some purchase for the spinners.
And the spinners are trying to create their magic constantly since the game started.
Well, that is the end of the 21st over. Pakistan have restricted Windies to 44 for 1 till now. And the umpires are having a chat with Doughton and Stefani Taylor. Probably they ran onto the pitch and the umpire didn't like it.
That's the summary so far, with Ayman Anwar, who's done 5 overs. No wicket, Sanamir with 1 wicket. The only wicket that we have seen so far. Sanamir is definitely looking to get some more. Nashra with also 5 overs. Nida with 4 and Umaima to still bowl more overs.
Sabah, if you saw that bowling scorecard, Nida Dar and Nashra Sandhu 9 overs, 3 made in 9 runs.
Those were
So-
actually pretty intense, if you'd say.
Sidra appeal there looked quite confident, but the standing umpire Asif Yaqub denied the appeal. And if you have bowlers who are bowling well in tandem, that is where the pressure is built. So collectively, like I said, so far in 9 overs, Nida Dar and Nashra Sandhu, they have bowled 9 overs, 3 maidens and 9 runs. A run per over is, that is what they have only given so far.
Another star bowler for Pakistani team, Nida Dar. And Stephanie Taylor is finding it a little hard to play Nida Dar.
Pakistan have been spot on with their line and length today. And a single given. So it looks like in the past 2 overs, Windies are now finding their feet and they are taking singles now easily.
Before the water break, even that was constricted. There were barely any runs, any singles. With the recent overs, we've seen a few singles here and there.
Yeah, at least they are trying to get some momentum into their innings.
What do you think is constricting them today to make more runs? Because this is not Doughton's natural game.
That was short and wide and it has been cut away to the point boundary. It will race away for a boundary. So while we were praising Nida Dar for her bowling, she concedes a boundary.
Nida Dar would not be very happy with this over. They would be happy with just the singles being taken. And as we were just saying, that why Doughton and Taylor are holding back, here came a boundary.
So as we saw in the replay, it wasn't that a bad delivery. I think the sort of room that Stefani Taylor created for herself, I think that should be praised. And the question that you asked in the previous over, what would be the problem or the thinking behind this sort of innings that Stefani Taylor and Doughton are playing? I think it is more to do with the importance of these two batters. That's good field by Sana Mir. That would have raced to the boundary. It was a powerful shot from Doughton, but Sana dived to her left and saved a certain boundary.
Very well fielded by her. It is very important for the West Indies team to have these two players on the crease right now.
And this time Doughton forced it over long off, and if this is a second boundary, so could this be a break of shackles for Windies?
It's a game of chance. That's what they say. You never know. Once they start beating with the bat, they just might be beating the ball.
So in the previous over, Stefani Taylor got a boundary, and now Totten taking her chances. Another flighted delivery, and this time it will be a 6. First a boundary and now a 6, and Sanami has ran to my mind now, speaking to her. But as we were saying, this might be the moment where Windies, they would get the momentum in their batting. Last 3 overs, first they tried taking singles, and now they're chancing their arms.
Why no 6s? Why no 4s? And here comes Totten with all the plan. All she needed was a little push from Taylor. Seems like that.
I think she has been now given a license to go after the bowlers. Probably the message would be like, we are almost halfway into the innings. So the pressure is now back on the Pakistani bowlers, but they must not react to it. I think it's a good sign that they're at least trying to open up their arms. While the boundaries will come, that will open the gates for the mode of dismissals as well.
Tried to play a shot. Taylor to Umaima Sohail.
This is the end of the 23rd over. Windies are 61 for 1.
The run rate is not looking so good. It's 2.67. It's very unlike of the West Indies team with the way the women's team has been playing the last 3 20s in Karachi. They gave a stellar performance, especially Totten was, like I said earlier, she's at the helm of affairs. She takes charge. She likes taking charge.
So, like we were speaking in the pre-match show as well, that 50-over game is a different ball game. In 20 overs, you have no fear. You go all out. But in 50 overs, you need to build up the innings. You need to take care of your teammates as well. If there are 2-3 star players, they need to carry the whole team. So I think that is where Pakistan have done well. They know that Windies are heavily dependent on Taylor and Totten. And if they can get their scalp, that will open a game for the Pakistani team.
Echoing your sentiments, Nabila, I think this is what Totten and Taylor are trying to do for the team right now. They're trying to hold in. They're trying to not lose their wicket. Even if they're not able to take a lot of runs, they're trying to stay put with the 50-over game.
This is Alia Reyes. You can see the intentions are now pretty much clear. And Alia is here to bowl her first over. She did really well in that last T20 that Pakistan won. While Nida Dar was hitting from one end, she came in late and played a very good cameo of 23 runs. Ever since her return to the side, Alia has done well as an all-rounder. She came back on the back of strong performances in domestic cricket. Recently, she was named the best all-rounder in the national championship that was played back in Karachi.
With the likes of Sana Mir, Javeria, Bisma, Nida, Umaima, we have a full team of performers, but Alia Reyes would be an excellent addition. And she has proven herself.
Then what she has done, she has given depth to both batting and bowling of Pakistan. Similarly, Kainat Imtiaz, Umaima Sohail. So these girls, when you have players who can bat, who can field well, who can bowl, the depth of the squad increases.
That's a wide.
Sidra Nawaz, wicketkeeper, did well there. That was a wayward delivery, but she managed it well.
Alia Riaz to Dotton, and they were able to take a run.
If you look at Deandra Dotton's bat, this is the brand of Carlos Brathwaite, Trident Sports. Brathwaite is a big hitter himself, and Dotton is using Brathwaite's brand.
Brathwaite must be really happy today. His brand's a hit. It's a success.
Another good delivery. I think that's a good pick by Brathwaite as well to have a good ambassador for his own willow, his own brand.
A bit of chat there between Javeri and Alia. And she looks pretty confident. That smile on her face.
That's what you get when you perform for the side. I think Alia is carrying that confidence from the T20 series into this ODI series. Javeria with the change in the field. The mid-on fielder has now been posted at long on, while the fine leg fielder has been asked to come into the circle.
It's the last ball for the over. "24 overs, and that's 64 for West Indies women with one down. Dotton with 35 of 72 balls. But she's staying put. She's staying her ground. With a couple of boundaries that she managed to achieve with Taylor. I think those were mature shots.
She waited for the opportunity. She knew that Umaima Sohail is not a specialist bowler. So she took her chances against her. And Javeria has instantly made a change. She has asked Nashra Sandhu to bowl from the end where Umaima Sohail was bowling from. That's a good start from Nashra. Single won't hurt Pakistan. If they are conceding a run or two in the over, that won't hurt them. But at the same time, Javeria should be wary of the fact that Windies could be having a plan to see off Nashra Sandhu and Sanamir and then take the attack to the other bowlers.
Some singles won't hurt the Pakistan team, but no singles and a few boundaries will definitely hurt. They'll hurt in the longer run.
Definitely. As we all know that Dotton and Stephanie Taylor can score quickly when they are in the mood.
Have some very talented spinners in the Pakistan team. Whereas we don't see a lot of spinners with the West Indies team.
I think Nashra has bowled really well. In the T20 series we saw Anam Amin. She was brilliant with the ball. Sanamir, as we all know, she's one of the top bowlers in the ICC rankings. I think I've liked the fact that Pakistan have operated with the spinners knowing that having someone like Diana Baig who bowls at pace, that would provide pace to likes of Dottin and Stefani Taylor to play big shots. So they have followed the whole in the ODI series.
With Nashra with the ball, they're still doing the same. Holding them in, not letting them take more than a few singles.
So, but there is no point in playing big shots right now and losing two of your star batters. Looking at the Windies batting lineup, I don't think there is much depth after these two. So they need to balance out things here. They have got good 3 overs. Previously, that's a good delivery from Alia.
Alia takes charge after Nashra. She's going to try and give them a set of her own skills.
Probably going down towards the leg side. That is why umpire Asif Yaqub moved away. That's a single of a leg by. And once again, a change in field. As soon as Dottin came in, Javeri asked the mid-on fielder to go to the long on boundary, and the fine leg came in.
That's well played.
And once again, Javiria has asked the long on fielder Kainat Imtiaz to come in the circle for Stefani Taylor, whereas the deep fine leg fielder has dropped back. Full toss delivery, and that has been hit towards the mid-wicket boundary, and an easy boundary has been conceded by Alia Reyaz. That was a freebie.
A boundary that they were so willing to take on for some time now. And they finally managed to do that this over. This is what they need right now. This is the plan that the West Indies seem to have. A few singles here and there and some boundaries. But not take too many risky shots.
That is where they need to balance out things. They need to balance the attack and the defensive strategy as well. Another quick single here from Stefani Taylor. So the runs are now starting to come by.
They look very happy with the new batting pads. The brand seems to be doing well for them. Bright white.
Like you were mentioning, that's a Trident Sports willow that Deandra Doughton is carrying, and that is owned by Carlos Brathwaite. It's the end of 26th over. Windies are 74 for 1. And before the 27th over begins, there would be a change in the commentary box. You would be joined by K. Asif and Kamran Muzaffar.
Thank you very much, Nabil Hashmi and Sabah. And 26 overs gone, 74 for 1. Windies are, and I've been joined by Kamran. Kamran, how are you doing today?
Very well, Asif, and Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever they are. It's a lovely day for cricket, I think. Nice sunny day with cool breeze. So Asif, what do you make of the match till now?
Well, I think so far Pakistan is in good position, and 74 for 1. The if you see that the current average, it's it's under 3. So I must say that bowlers bowled well, fielders fielded well. Yes, and they're in good touch today. Well, if you see, Kamran, that's Dottin. She's on not out on 37, and she's playing with a strike rate of 50. 4 boundaries, 1 6. And if you see her innings in T20, you could find her a danger batter. But in the ODI, I mean, it's totally different.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the pitch as well, because in the pitch in Karachi, that was more suitable for stroke making.
Yes, but remain lucky. A fielder behind the field ball, and Kainat was there. She fielded there. A couple more added into the total.
Yeah, just like we were talking about it. So just like there, Dottin has played so many balls, and she couldn't time it properly, and it went uppishly, just left of the short third man fielder.
Well, on the other side, Taylor, the skipper, she's not out on 29 on 65 deliveries. Strike rate is 44.62. Sana Mir bowling her 6th over. 1 made in 15 and 1 wicket. So good so far.
Another good ball by Sana Mir, because this pitch is kind of very much suited for the Sana Mir style of bowling, because she likes to give air to the ball, and pitches on a good length, good line for encourage the to drive the ball.
Well, look at that outside custom delivery. Yeah?
Classic commentator's curse. As soon as you praise any player, and they just they just go astray with that. I hope she's not listening there.
Well, today if you talk about fielding side of Pakistan, they're feeling well. Saved some boundaries, some singles. Looking for 2. Yes, she wanted to come back, but good call.
Good call, and just we were on the fielding point, so I think we must have to acknowledge that the Pakistan team, especially in the absence of their captain, Bisma, so they have put in a lot of effort into the field, and the body language and the energy of the team looks very, very positive. So they don't look dejected with the absence of their main captain.
That's right, and 27 overs gone, 79 for 1.
So Alia Riaz will continue from the other end. Lovely shot. Up in the air, and just one bounce out of the park.
Wow, beautiful shot. It was an over-pitch delivery, and got the punishment. Excellent piece of timing.
Excellent, and this is the kind of pitch which looks a bit on the slowish side, and it was right there in the slot, and Dottin, who has been on the crease for such a long time, she has good measure of the pace of the pitch now, and mid-off was up, so she just played over the top, played for the line. There is not enough movement for the medium pacer, or military medium, if you say, for Alia Riaz. Another good shot on the up, this time getting a bit more confident and more trusting the bounce more. So we can say the ball is not really bouncing that much anymore, and the two batsmen, they are reaping the rewards of spending time on the pitch, and they are playing through the line and not worried about the bounce or movement at all.
Well, good cricket. You got a boundary and now you're concentrating on one and twos. Spend good enough time on the track. Now you could see your timing, and you could see deliveries. You could watch up in good position.
Without a doubt, and the thing is, this is the kind of pitch where Pakistan's spinners had to play a key role here.
Edged and lucky this time. Should have taken. Keeper has tried, but
Yeah, it was more intentional, I believe. She wanted to glide it down to a third man, but couldn't do it really with the middle of the bat. So half edge, half glide, and just it went awfully close to the keeper, Sidra, who is very energetic, and very lovely. Here it is again, and very close to her gloves.
good running between the wicket this time. Pushed gently and got a single. So now this partnership getting crucial for the Pakistan.
No doubt, and because Pakistan had managed to get the first wicket once Sanamir bowled the opener at 12. She played 18 balls without scoring a run, so the going was not easy at the start.
She was trying to cut that ball. Beaten. So 28 overs gone now. Windies women 89 for 1.
Kasha Knight was the only wicket to fall when she went back and tried to cut on this pitch, and the ball held its line from Sanamir and she got bowled for it. So that's the only success Pakistan bowlers really had. Here it is. So she played 18 balls without scoring a run. That's a pretty too many balls, and then still to go back on a duck. It becomes even more painful. No duck is painless, but after spending 18 balls and still getting a duck, it becomes more painful, I guess.
Good delivery this time. Doughton was trying to take a single. Yes, Karan, I do agree. And earlier I was talking with Chavi regarding this duck. Definitely pressure. Nida Da. This time play towards mid-off, I beg your pardon, just for a single.
Yeah, so the captain Javeri has brought in Nida Dar from the far end, and Emirates Road end that used to be.
She has bowled 2 maiden overs.
Another good ball, flighted one. And I think Asif, because the last over from Alia went for 10 runs and they scored two boundaries out of it. So she's trying to bring her and just dry up the runs again.
This time over the track. Look at that shot. Beautiful timing. Got the maximum.
Amazing. Stepping out of the crease, reaching to the pitch of the ball, and that brings up the 50 as well for Deondra Doughton. An excellent innings.
Deondra Doughton, yes. 51 on 85 deliveries, 5 boundaries, 2 maximums.
And she's just cutting loose here, and I think she has had enough of the spending time on this pitch now.
Wow! Once again, good delivery this time. And whenever Nida Da is trying to give some flight, could be dangerous because Doughton, she always looking for that. This time nudged towards third man just for a single.
Yeah, and we can say that good fielding saved an extra run there. So the good part from Pakistan women is that they are giving their 100%.
Yes, that's right. 29 overs gone. Windies 97 for 1.
So Dendra dot in 52 of 87 balls, and she took her time initially and played herself in, like they say, because as compared to the pitches they got or they batted in the T20 series, it's a very different pitch, because when we saw this pitch in the morning, it had cracks on it, but not too much to worry the batsmen or get the spinners excited. More to highlight the slowestness of the pitch, and the groundsmen, they had just they had rolled the pitch with some green grass on top of it, so it's not the ingrown green grass, but it's more on top and just rolled over it.
It was good delivery. Straight to the extra cover.
So like we were saying, Asif, so it's a double bowling change. So Kainat Imtiaz replaces Alia Riaz. So it looks like the captain is trying desperately to either save the runs or get the wicket now.
Well, it was a bad delivery and placed towards fine leg. Fielder was inside the circle, got a couple there. Yes, Pakistan need a wicket badly now, because this partnership get in danger and danger.
Let me ask you, Asif, the $1 million question in any game, especially in ODIs and especially in this phase of any innings. What do you think it would be a good total on this surface?
When you're asking a $1 million question, how could I give you an answer without the money, dear?
We can equal it off, or we can equate it. In the next match, you can ask me this question, and I can give you the answer in the next match.
Fair enough, and to be very honest, that's if they're making 220, 240 would be a good total. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Back of length, and as we were saying, not enough bounce in this pitch, so it has started to keep a bit low. So the batsman had spotted the length early, and the width was on offer, but she could not really connect to the ball.
Well, this time got a little bounce and some pace as well. Whenever we talk about the fast bowling department, I think Pakistan women are lacking in that department. We have seen that in T20 as well.
Doughton again comes forward and took a big stride for a ball which was pitched halfway, almost half the striker, but still.
Well, that's right, and ending up this over with a dot delivery. 30 overs gone, 99 for 1.
And as if you were talking about I would not say lacking, or I would like to put it more of an area of improvement for Pakistan women, the fast bowling area. But we really have to appreciate the kind of backgrounds or the struggles this Pakistan women team is coming up. Unlike the Windies team or Australia or South Africa or even India or Australian women teams, they are coming. So a look at the bowling analysis. Imran Anwar has bowled 5 overs, given away 14 runs. Sanamir, who opened the bowling, 6 overs, 1 made in 1 wicket for 17. Then Nashra Sandhu, she has given 9. And Nidar Dar, she has bowled 6 overs as well. And
Nashra Sandhu she was trying to hit that ball over the extra cover or the mid off, but good delivery. She got the point of the batter, because I'm telling you that whenever Dottin is on the strike, dangerous for the bowler.
It looks like the Windies team, they are following a certain plan now, where Dottin is given the task to take on the bowling and just up the scoring rate, while Taylor is going to spend more time and anchor the innings here.
This time cut in, but straight to the fielder. Sana Amir is the fielder there.
And Asif, I think they have come out with a plan, because they have played out Sana Mir very cautiously, and Nishra Sandhu, who is bowling now, she has given 9 runs in 6 overs before this over.
Yes, and yesterday when I was talking to Pakistan women captain, she was saying, she was talking about her spin bowling department, and she says that we are pretty much strong in our spin bowling.
Yeah, and the third spinner, the third frontline spinner that we can say, Nida Dar, who was bowling before Nashra from the far end. She has given 17 runs as well in 6 overs.
This time cut in, but there is a fielder at sweeper covers just for a single.
I think, Asif, as the day is progressing, this pitch is looking to get tired more and more, and even 200 has started to look a good score to me.
Yes, and Windies 102 now. Their first 100 in 31st over. 1 ball still remaining. I think that now captain of Pakistan should go for some experiment to get a wicket here.
Or I think they can just continue squeezing the runs over here, because it's not the kind of pitch where a new batsman can come and score runs right from the beginning. So even these two, the most experienced batsmen, most skilled batsmen, they are trying it not that easy to score runs.
That's right, and 31 overs gone now, 103 for 1.
So Taylor, she has played 72 deliveries to accumulate 37 runs. And then at the end, Dottin, who has been the dominant partner in this partnership, she has gathered 56 of 96. So Kainat Imtiaz will continue.
Well, that was uppish this time. And Kainat is trying to generate some pace here. And of course would be helpful. But I'm telling you that if ball coming straighter and easier, I'm telling you that Dottin would be dangerous for her.
Yeah, and I think Javeria is trying to get some overs in from Kainat Imtiaz to make up for the 6th.
Yes, that's right. And nice timing this were towards sweeper covers, and good feeling just for a single.
Again, what we were talking, it's not easy for the new batter to come in and play their shots, because the not enough overs are left, only 18 overs left after this one. So if Pakistan manage to get a couple of wickets here, they can be back in the game.
Well, but on the other hand, if you talk about that, if Windies, if they could get 18 hours, would be respectable total, which you were talking about and asking about earlier.
Asif, the way the pitch is behaving now, I think 220, 240 will be very tough target to chase, especially for Pakistan in the second innings here.
But I'm telling you, if Pakistani women if they could go for to play full overs, they could get manage to get closer, or even could get chase the target as well.
No doubt. And for that, I think these overs from Kainat, Alia and Omema, they are going to be very crucial because...
Well, it was a very good shot, but straight to the fielder. I like her timing, the way she's good time of good cricket ball.
Yeah, so this is one of the benefits, and this is where Javeria is playing with the minds and throwing up challenge to the Windies batters. 4 fielders outside, but no one on the long on or long off.
Once again, good cricket. Ending up this over with a single. So 32 overs gone now. 105 for 1.
Yeah, and the more Pakistani bowlers, if the Pakistani women, they manage to dry up the boundaries opportunities, more desperate the Windies batsmen will get for scoring batters. They will become desperate to scoring, going for the big shots.
Well, Neda Dar would bowl next over now, and I'm telling you that whenever she bowls with the flight and gives some room, might be she could get some punishment, but on the other hand, they're trying to get a wicket, so trying to chase the batsman. Batter, I beg your pardon.
And the run rate, which was at one time hovering around 1.7, 1.9 and an over, has risen to 3.28. That shows that the virtues of knitting up a good partnership and spending time on a testing pitch comes out, and the batter there just tried to launch into the but
now look that, Kamran, there was a trap for the batter. Yeah. Now that the fielder was inside the circle, but now you could see that Madoff went back on the long off. Now
yeah,
so fielder inside the circle, and well, I think she's not in hurry.
Well, the thing is, here Nida is bowling a good flight and good length, so they are waiting for the right kind of ball, because as we were discussing, the timing to time the ball is not easy on this pitch. And Windies would definitely not want to just simply lose this good solid base they have laid here. And if they can just find good 5 overs here where they can score 8 or 10 and over, they would be ahead of the game from Pakistan women.
Yes, and now there's a chat between captain and bowler. Actually, bowler was interested to bring Med off, but captain was not interested. She was trying to cut that ball.
I think, Asif, what they are trying to do is to call the bluff of the Windies plan, and they are trying to force Stephanie Taylor to play big shots, which she is not willing to play at this time. So it's a good tactics from Pakistan captain.
Right, another good delivery. It was in it was in the block hole, but yes, kind of block hole. This time played towards mid-wicket, asked for a single, and ending up this over.
After 33, it's 107 for 1, so 17 more overs to go. So
108 for one, Kamran with the single.
yeah. So 108 for one after 33. It's a good, solid foundation Windies batters have laid here. And
But if you talk about current run rate, it's 3.27 and the projected score 164 with this average. I think they could get 200 easily.
they can, but they will have to stretch for it. They will still have to stretch for it. And it will all depend on how Pakistan women do from this point onward. They have done a good containing job till now. But if they can manage to grab a couple of wickets here or trigger a kind of panic in West Indies ranks, it's becoming more and more difficult to time the ball. This much must be playing on the minds of the Windies batters as well. That after spending...
Yes, and with this change in the com box, Chavi and Abed.
Thank you, Kiasif, for allowing us to join from here. With me, it's former UAE skipper Chavi Butt. Chavi, you must be knowing the game much more than me, I'm sure, because you've been a part of these games from a long time. What do you think? What is the balance position, is it?
Thank you for welcoming me, Abid. And yes, it's going to be crucial from here on to see how Pakistan take the game all the way till the end. There are two set batsmen. A fantastic partnership has built up between the skipper, Stephanie Taylor, and Dottin, the opener. 58 for Dottin, and Taylor is just behind her on 41. It's a good partnership built up by these two. They will be looking for a decent total to defend.
Well, what do you reckon? What would be the ideal total here to chase it down in terms of chasing for Pakistan, considering the Pakistan batting lineup as well?
Abid, you know, it's a slightly slower track. As we can see, the bounce has come back onto the turf. The moisture is drying out from the top layer. Probably a defendable total for, if you look at it from the Windies end. Anything that would be close to 160, perhaps 180. They should be able to defend it.
Yeah.
But the Pakistani women will be looking to restrict them below that. Well, not to forget, we're playing a one-day international. It's a 50-over game that we are on at.
And that's a first ever a 50 overs game in Dubai Cricket Stadium for women's.
Yes, the first ODI between the women. That's a good shot. That's gone over the top. We'll find the fielder. We'll have to settle just with a single. It's a cracker of that shot. The sound of the willow. Also, the end of the over. 30 for gone. It's 1-1-2 for one.
Can you please stand there? This side? Thank you. So I have with me Kesia Knight from West Indies dugout. Kesia, first one-day international here at Dubai. How are you feeling?
We are feeling pretty confident. Score is going along pretty well. So we just need to put a proper total on scoreboard and look to defend it when we go there to bowl.
Yeah, what do you make of the surface?
It's a bit slow and low, and the type of bowlers Pakistan have is not coming on as much as we expected to, but it seems to be a pretty decent surface.
And with this partnership going on, what total do you think you can defend out there?
Anything, we're looking to get at least 200 runs, and anything we put out there, though, we'll be looking to defend.
And you think that your bowling unit, as a bowling unit, you are very confident with this surface and the outfield you have?
Yeah, well, the batters will assess the conditions. The bowlers should be also, and we look to exploit the conditions as much as possible.
All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
34 overs have gone by, 112 for one. Just the one wicket falling for West Indies. It was very early on in the innings, and since then these two have done wonderfully well for West Indies to put up that total. Well, nevertheless, Pakistan have been restricting their runs as well. The bowlers bowling the tight lines.
Yeah, let me tell you, Chavi, both the batsmen are settled there in middle and they can go and take area routes any moment. This game can shift into a quick scoring game. I think from here, if they get 120 onwards, if they play just like 9 runs and over, so it can be 230 on board. And in this track, the slow track, let me remind you that it won't be that easy.
Yeah, I mean, we see the strip has gotten a bit harder. Also depends on what total the West Indies end up with. Not to forget the field placement and the fielding from Pakistan women have been on point, bang on today. They have stopped some very important boundaries. Good piece of fielding we've seen across the players. I see the ball in some areas is still keeping low. So still some moisture in there.
Yes, I mean, we saw with the spin, there was some odd bounces as well. There are patches where there is a bounce available. There are patches where the ball is keeping low. That's going down the leg side, given wide.
It's exactly the areas that we're talking about. Ball staying low. Slight breeze that's blowing across the ground. Chilly, the weather here in Dubai. Need to make sure the singles keep coming in. Still another 15 overs to go. West Indies will look to get some runs on board. They do realize they will have to go for it. However, these two are set out there now.
Yeah, I mean the beginning of this inning was very too slow for West Indian women's, because they've been taking a lot of time. Both these batsmen, look at Doughton, who's on 61, playing 104 balls. That's driven on the onside, and they wanted to come back for two, but strong arms in the deep.
Like I said earlier, Abid, the fielding has been exceptionally good today from the Pakistan women's side. Very important runs they've saved, and that will help them in the second innings when they come into bat. West Indies winning the toss, electing to bat first. Oh, good delivery that. Speedy. Went past it, expected a slow one in that case. Doughton.
Well, particularly I like the wicket keeper of Pakistan team, Sidra Nawaz, who's standing up for the seamer and doing a wonderful job, and she's very active. That's the end of the over number 35. Score moves to 116 for the loss of one wicket.
So we're looking at the ICC Women's ODI batting rankings. Stephanie Taylor right on top. Number 9. Doughton just behind her at 21. And this is what it looks like, the ratings for the West Indies women. Oh, we're talking about the keeper, Abid. You said, she's standing up and for a seamer. Well, most of our women cricketers, we're standing up for the seamer. Any format. Quite daring, eh?
Yes, indeed, quite daring. Well, she's very active, proactive. She's keeping an eye on each ball and each fielder. That's driven towards the onside by Doughton. That's one run there. This is what they are not allowing them to get to there, Shavi. They're always quick on the field.
Yeah, that's what has been really good today. The very few twos, just 1-3 that we've seen. Some of the boundaries have come in as well. The 2 sixes from the willow of Doughton. The lines by the bowlers have been tight. They've restricted West Indies, not given them enough room to explore and go over the top. Kainat Imtiaz into her 4th over has only given away 9 runs. No wickets so far. But in terms of containing, I think she's done a wonderful job. Her team will be happy.
Just soft hands on the onside, and there is quick fielding there, but didn't throw it well. But quick runs there. Good running.
Good legs. Speedy legs between the wickets. Kainat Imtiaz wants a bit of a change in the field just to help slower delivery, placed very well between the fielders, and that's a good chase as well from the cover region. West Indies will understand the urgency. They will be looking at the scoreboard, constantly realizing how important it is from here on to get those 2s and 3s on board. They would want to end up somewhere close to 160, 170. Is that what they would be looking at, ideally?
Yeah, Chavi, I think they need to get there at least over 220 or 210, which is a huge task looking from here, because 15 overs to go only. And yes, they have wickets in hand and they know how to play big shots as well. But keeping in mind, both these batsmen would be... Oh, that's... Oh, direct hit would have been a big cushion here.
She was far away, miles away from the crease, and a direct hit would have put the Windies skipper in some trouble.
And that too, she's batting on 48. Comes Kainat, and this has flicked it away up in the air and tried to take it. Just a hand on it, and good efforts in the field. Was it 4? Was it 4? We have to see.
That'll be the end of the over as well. There's no signal from the umpire. This is probably just checking that. Yes, that's a good piece of fielding. End of the over. 36 gone. It's 124 for 1. It's really amazing to see the number of people that follow women's cricket across the world. They're all wanting to watch more and more women play cricket. The Women's Big Bash League, Abid, has gotten increasingly popular. I was watching one of the games the other day on TV, and it was a packed crowd there, a packed stadium coming in to support their teams. And so many players coming in from across the world. ICC making their efforts and expanding and giving the platform for women to flourish. And thank you, ICC, for giving us a chance.
Yeah, indeed. Even after getting this much close to the women's games, I started getting interest in it. And what I find is it's a lot quicker than the men's game, because they are very active in the field.
You know, back in the day, Abid, you know, obviously we know men are much stronger than women. Back in the day, you know, the high totals, the big sixes were, you know, were very rare in women's cricket. But thanks to, yet again a chance and a bit of a blow there at the umpire's calf muscle. Is he all right? He still has a couple of overs to stand himself out there. Seems to be okay.
Yeah, the umpire was hanging on the garden. Was not expecting that ball to hit him there. Are we talking about the big hits? It's a quick run. They're taking chances. They are taking chances for one runs, running quick. But talking about the big sixes, as you said, that we have seen 100-meter six as well by a female woman's game.
Yes, we have.
By the Indian batswoman.
Yes, we have. And that's exactly what I was mentioning, Abid. The game has evolved so much for the women across all the countries that have been playing. There's so many countries that have come up with women's teams, and you know, they have been constantly. Oh, good shot that. And that will run away. A bit of a chase there for the fielder. Does well in the end. Saves a couple of runs for her side. But nonetheless, that's very good running as well from the batsman.
50 coming up for the skipper. Taking 3, moves to 52 runs. What an inning this has been. Coming on a difficult situation and dragging the team to the stable situation now.
Standing tall right from the center, leading from the front. Stephanie Taylor, 52 of 92 deliveries. We should... it's going down leg. That will be called a wide by the umpire. And just coming back to what we were having a chat about, Abid, the women have gotten fitter and stronger thanks to the exposures that the boards have provided to them. That's gone over the top, and yes, this time that's going to reach the boundary. A cracker shot there by Dottin.
That was a great shot. Yes, now I think the things will get changer. We can expect the big hits from here. They will charge, and Dottin's batting on 70.
The wide call as well from the umpire, going down leg side yet again. A bit of a hit there for Sidra Nawaz. And yes, Abid, we were talking about the fitness and how strong the women have gotten thanks to the platforms and the fitness trainers, the strength and conditioning coaches that the boards have provided to the teams. And that's another cracker shot there by Dottin. Again a chase, but there's nothing stopping the leather to the rope.
Lovely shot. Stand and deliver, batsman. Knew it, there is a gap there. Hitting too hard, a lot of bottom hand involved in it. That takes score to 138 after 37 overs for the loss of 1 wicket.
Nashra Sandhu. A 139 now. 37 overs have gone by. A lot of runs coming in the previous over. Previous 2 overs have been good for West Indies. The runs have come on board. They will be looking to get closer to 200 from here on. 2 set batsmen. Pakistan need a wicket here. They need to break this partnership.
Yes, indeed. They need this wicket because they look settled there, because both the batswomen have been down there from a long time. This one plays it beautifully. That would be a 4 runs. Lovely hit, Chavi.
A huge gap there in the mid-wicket region. And a good-looking shot from Dottin.
Just before this delivery, Alia was looking to go forward or be in the circle. She was a bit of confused there, and the hit goes through the mid-wicket. Again, same region. This time it will be 1 bounce, 2 bounces into the fielder's hand.
So you have, these are the lines. If you're bowling, you probably want your mid-wicket slightly wider towards the long on region. And yes, that adjustment has been made. Diana Beg, the fielder. Wide outside the off stump on this occasion, Nashra Sandhu. Bringing in the variations is what you would need.
What I think, Chavi, here that Stephanie Taylor, she is very strong towards her cover region, and Dottin is very strong towards the mid-wicket region. And Pakistani women need to realize this, that both these batsmen having a favorite areas, so they can take the precautions there and have a strong field there, not to allow them to free their arms.
You rightly said they have been freeing their arms for the past few overs. Still, I think not a bad score on board from Pakistan's point of view. They will need to restrict them. And a wicket here. That's gone through. That will run away. That's going to be yet another boundary there. And it's the skipper this time. She puts it away with ease. That'll also be the end of the over. 30 had gone. It's 150 for one.
Oh, that's a good delivery there. A bit of wide. She was expecting it to be a cold wide, I think. She was looking close to the umpire.
A good time to bring in the experienced Sanamir. This is a good decision from the skipper, Javeria Khan. It's a very good time to bring in the experienced Sanamir. She's into her 7th over. She's already picked up a wicket. 17 runs is what she has given. Constantly making changes to the field as well. We see that, and she's coming around the wicket to the right-hander now. So bringing in that angle.
Yes, she's looking for that angle, so that says that she knew it. The experience, all it counts.
She's played a lot of cricket for Pakistan. Comfortable 2 runs. It was not from the middle of the bat there for Deandra Doughton. She wouldn't mind it. Still got her runs.
That's what the experience coming, and as I was saying earlier, that the Stephanie Taylor plays, she's strong towards the cover region, and Doughton loves to play on the mid-wicket. And Sana Mir is the one who realized it immediately and took the fielding according to the batsman. That's what, and she's the only successful bowler so far who have taken a wicket.
She's the one who picked up the wicket, the brush through the, and that was a chance. It was hit hard, however. Yes, the only one to take the wicket. It was a brilliant piece of bowling from Sana Mir. The ball just taking an odd bounce there and skimming through the bails. Very early in the innings.
Yeah, batswoman was coming down the track, that one, using her feet well to get that single there. The skipper is taking time, and a lot of changes for every bowl that she bowls. Lots of changes in the field.
Yeah, but an experienced player like that does realize that there has a lot of variations that she's going to bowl in. And a good over this for Pakistan. 39 gone, 154 for 1. Kainat Imtiaz to continue. She's had a decent spell so far. In fact, a very good spell. She's really restricted the runs, at least from her end. 3 outside the ring for Kainat Imtiaz. Oh, and that's a good piece of fielding and a good piece of bowling there. The aggression.
That's what, Chavi. They are very active in the field. They doesn't allow, even though they are standing at the edge of this the circle line, but not allowing batsmen to cross for one.
It's nicely played. And this is what you need. You need to pull your socks back on when you know the going is the runs are slipping away from your hands. These are a couple of things that you bring in play, and well, that's cricket for you. It's good to see some aggressiveness from the women.
Well, I would be looking forward for the Daughton's 100 here. She deserved it. I think this better have done a wonderful job so far for her team. That's inside out, into the hands, end of it. Daughton's will have to walk. Oh, beg your pardon, skipper Stephanie Taylor, who got dismissed on 59.
Well, a good innings from the skipper comes to an end. It was a mistimed shot, goes straight into the hand there, and the fielder was placed just for that. And 39 for 2, 156 for 2. Campbell joins the opener Daughton in the centre. We're into the 40th over, and that's the breakthrough that Pakistan were looking for. They will want to add an extra bit of pressure going from here forward for the next 10 overs. Wouldn't want to give away too many runs. However, the Windies will be looking to capitalise on getting another 30, 40 odd runs on board. We are in the 3 ODI series, the part of the ICC Women's Championship between Pakistan women and West Indies women. .61 innings and an average of 19.5 for the new bat.
So, in comes again. New batter will play towards the onside and dot ball, that is what they need the most at the moment. And shall we time for us to sign off for now? We have Nabil Hashmi with Arooj Mumtaz, the Pakistan place skipper. Please have a seat and take us through the game. It's all you, Nabil.
Thank you so much, Abed. Kainat Imtiaz has got a price scalp of Stephanie Taylor in the over. With that delivery, would be end of the 40th over. Windies are 156 for 2, and I have been joined by former skipper of Pakistan, Arooj Mumtaz, a multi-talented. Arooj is here. Arooj, how's it been so far? 40 overs have gone by, and Windies are 157 for 2. What do you see? What will be happening in the last 10 overs?
Right, Namil. As we see the bowling card for the Pakistan women, Sana Mir bowling her 7 for 20, Ayman 5 for 14. Nida Dar with 2 wickets again. She had some good spells in the T20 as well, and Nasha picking up. Sorry, I said the maiden column, but Kainat, obviously, like you mentioned, with the price scalp of Stephanie Taylor, the captain of the Windies women. It's absolutely wonderful, Nabil. Obviously, this is part of the ICC Women Championship, and it holds a very important place in terms of the number of points for automatic qualification. There we have the scorecard again. 1 wicket to Sana Mir, of course, and 1 wicket to Kainat. as Nida Dar will bowl now.
It was an easy single for Shemaine Campbell. She came down the wicket, reached to the pitch of the ball. Uruj, Pakistan had a great T20 series against West Indies, though they lost 2-1. But it was a close encounter, especially the second T20I, where Pakistan lost it in the super over. So it's been a good tour so far for the host nation.
Yeah, the T20 was very important as Nida Dar will come into bowl now. Oh, well stopped there by Sana. Again, Nabil, the T20 had a few very important milestones with it. Obviously, women's cricket coming back into Pakistan, and again, wide-ish delivery, obviously given a wide there, bowling way outside the off-stump Nida Dar. Not only was it televised on TV, which was again a wonderful initiative, also the competitiveness shown in all three matches was absolutely wonderful. And like you mentioned, the second match was probably the crux of the entire series, with it going down, right down to the wire in the super over. Obviously, Windies winning it comfortably, and then the Pakistan women turning it around to win the third T20 by 12 runs. So it's a wonderful series, a great opportunity for all the girls to perform in front of the home crowds. And it'll be interesting to see how the ODI series pans up now.
I think so far, Windies have kept it in their hands. They have come with the strategy. In the initial part of the innings, we saw them blocking it up and then taking up singles. And as the innings progressed, they've accelerated well as well. And now Deandra Doughton is unbeaten on 180. She has taken 125 deliveries and batting on 85, so she could be a danger batter here. And the sort of shots we saw Doughton playing in Karachi, she was phenomenal, hitting big sixes.
Doughton is absolutely wonderful. The pure timing and the strength she has behind her shots, even the few sixes she's hit here, they're not just a six, it's like a big six. So when Doughton hits it, she really hits it. And the Windies obviously started off a little slowly, but what's played in their advantage is that they had only one wicket lost, which they lost in the fifth over very earlier on at 12. And the long partnership between, they're probably the two best batters that they have. And now they're at a position where they can actually use this last 9 overs to hit out and end up with maybe a score of around 230, which will be an interesting chase then.
Kainat will come into bowl. Fuller delivery, it's a dot ball. Uruj, being a spinner yourself and knowing that this pitch is relayed and it's helping the spinners as well, do you think that anything over 200 would be competitive and Pakistan would be in trouble then?
Yes, again, anything over 200 in a women's game is slightly, hold a psychological factor also. Well, single there to long off. Kainat will come into bowl again. And what's going to happen, like you said, it's a relayed pitch, the ball slightly gripping and a little bit of turn. Our batters will also have to adopt the same strategy the Windies women are. Obviously, play through the overs, look for the singles and doubles. The odd boundary will help. And keep taking the run rate along rather than putting pressure. Because remember, we're missing Bisma Maroof today, who's probably one of the pillars of our team.
Sanamir has thrown it to the non-striker and it would have been a close call had it been a direct hit. Like you were mentioning, Bisma Maroof, she's probably a world-class batter in the Pakistani batting lineup. And I think Javeria Khan, they are the two standout batters right now in Pakistan. She would be a big miss in today's game.
Oh, big shot there. Long mid-off coming. Oh, mid-on comes in, but it is Alia Riaz who spills it at the boundary there. Doughton not timing that one, as we've seen all day.
Sanami just cheering on Kainat Imtiaz. And as it, Nahida Khan PB. It was a good effort from Alia.
Nabila,
running from the long on boundary.
Nabil, but that might be a costly miss. Doughton can be very dangerous in the last few overs, as we've seen. A hit straight to short mid-wicket, fielded by Sanamir, thrown back to the keeper.
Let's see what sort of impact that drop catch would have on the later proceedings. But like Uruj mentioned, Doughton can really take the game away from Pakistan now that she had got a new lifeline.
Nabil, we also saw in the T20 series there was a lot of missed catches, some brilliance in the field as well, but a lot of missed opportunities in terms of catching. Oh, beautiful shot there, straight as it can be, and Alia Riaz dives as Campbell gets a 4.
So did Kainat Imtiaz. She dived to save herself while the ball raced away to the long on boundary. That's the sort of power these Windies batters carry, and that's the threat that Pakistan have. They've got the good launch pad to take on the assault.
We see a change of bowling from the other end there. Nabil, Alia Riaz looks like she's going to come into bowl.
Could she make amends for that drop catch? Here's the Windies batting scorecard. Kaisia Knight couldn't open her account after facing 18 deliveries. She was bowled by Sana Mir and Totten unbeaten on 87 of 128, whereas star batter Stephanie Taylor made 58, while Shimin Campbell is unbeaten on 7.
And they still have Nation to come in, and we saw what Nation can do. We saw the way she batted for her maiden T20 half-century in the second T20. So with just 8 overs to go now, the run rate picking on, but it'll be interesting to see where they finish.
Like you mentioned, Nation, likes of Nation, Doughton, these are the sort of power hitters that creates a difference between Windies and the other nations, and I'm sure Pakistan women cricket wing would be looking at such power hitters in the domestic lineup. We saw Fazila Akhlaq. She can hit big sixes, but hopefully we'll see her soon. Punched towards covers. So the likes of Fazila Akhlaq, there's Hafsa Amjad, a good all-rounder who can hit big shots. Javeria Rauf. So I'm sure PCB would be keeping tabs on them, and hopefully we'll see such batters soon in the Pakistan batting lineup.
Played gently through the vacant area between point and cover there for an easy single. Very rightly said, Nabil, we'll have to develop and adapt to the game. We'll have to modify and condition our bodies to the T20 standards as we see the ICC Women's ODI batting rankings with Spriti Mandana. Oh, she's in sublime form from the Women's Big Bash League. And Stephanie Taylor in there, up in the charts as well, or right up there in the block hole by Alia.
And so are the two Australian, McLennan and Alicia Perry. What a brilliant all-rounder to have in any lineup of the world. If you have someone like Alicia Perry in your lineup, you surely have depth both in bowling and batting departments.
Doughton not out on 88 now.
Uruj, you have led Pakistan, you have been a national selector, now you are part of the cricket committee as well. What do you think, what should Pakistan women wing do? Because in the last year or so, we have seen that they have started more domestic tournaments to give them exposure. But what else they can do to develop this team? More of a sort of like athletes that we see in other sides.
Hit down. Diana did get a hand to that. Still an easy single in the end, pushing Doughton's account to 89 there. Nabil, to answer your question, there are a few things that we are lacking in the system. We have obviously seen the facilities, the financial structure to say, or just the general seriousness of women's cricket not being up to the international standard. Hence, we've been left behind. Even the structure of the domestic cricket previously was...
There was confusion in the middle, but Windies are lucky not to have lost a wicket here.
So even the domestic structure that we've had mostly was more about the quantity of matches the girls would play rather than the quality. And now we've seen the change come in slowly where there are 3 or 4 equally balanced teams playing competitive cricket. So that encourages your top level to play against each other and become the best. But what we're missing at the moment is a lack of an A team, which we're working towards and which we are recommending to the board, because you need to have a solid bench strength behind to produce players and to have options available.
Well, just to add to it, I think it's not just the PCB's responsibility. I think the local stakeholders in different cities and the educational institutions, they need to make sure that they have these sporting activities so that Pakistan can get good women athletes.
Absolutely, very rightly said, Nabil. We need to have the culture of cricket within our schools and colleges, inter-school, inter-college championship, inter-university championships, and then the departments also play a very important role. We have a couple of departments. Well, Sanamir is back into the attack. Oh, nicely played down to third man, running away to the boundary. Chase is on. Nahida picks it up, throws it back in as a comfortable two by Shemaine Campbell there. So again, it'll be interesting to see because we need that trend to come in, and we've seen the trend of franchise cricket in women as well, which has made the huge difference. You just spoke about Elise Perry. She's had the an outstanding WBBL season for herself.
So Doughton now slowly marching towards her. A century, the three-figure mark, the elusive three-figure mark.
As we look at the ODI bowling ranking, Sana Mir undoubtedly there on the now number one with 663 points, followed closely by Megan Schutt and Deandra Doughton. She was the highest wicket taker of the recently concluded T20 World Cup. So she's there, right up there within the top 10.
I think if you look at this Windies side, which Stephanie Taylor, Deandra Doughton, Shemaine Campbell, Nation, these are the sort of players who can bowl, who can bat. That is where they have been making the difference, and that is why they have dominated the T20 format. Lighted delivery, a quick single, completed easily. Sidra Nawaz, her energy hasn't dropped a bit. She is such a live behind the stumps. Probably one of the best wicket keepers in Pakistan women game, and her collection is so good that I was speaking to Mr. Shahid Aslam, who is heading the PCB women wing. I was saying that she can compete in terms of her wicket keeping collection with the boys as well, with the top players who are playing in Pakistan's domestic cricket.
Well, Nabil, that's the impact women's cricket has. The shift in the game, the speed of the game, the strength of the game, the improvisation in the game. So we're not even a step behind the men's version. If you look at some of the top games that are played, and like you're talking about Sidra's collection, she's seeing the best, and she's up there right with the best. So women's cricket now is proving slowly that the stage that it equally shares a stage with men's cricket.
And hopefully the recent T20 series that was played between West Indies and Pakistan, I think it has given new hope to the next generation of Pakistan. We saw how girls turned up in numbers and supported their heroes there. These women cricketers are stars back home, and obviously it was a good experience for them playing in front of home crowd, and hopefully the girls would have made few idols there with the likes of Bisma, Nidadar, Sanami. These girls, hopefully we'll see more of the other girls coming into the game, and then like you said, we need quantity and quality both.
As Deandra Doughton there on 93 from 135. The Windies women after the end of 44 are 175 for 2. And the loss of 2 wickets is what works in their favor. With 6 overs left, another 45, 50 runs on the board will make this match very interesting.
And as you can see, Kainat Imtiaz and Sanamir are the 2 bowlers who have taken a wicket so far in this inning.
And Nabil, interestingly, you've seen Javeria, obviously the stand-in captain for today, using 7 bowlers, and she also bowls part-time. She hasn't bowled yet, so we have 8 bowling options. As the ball hit straight to Javeria there of backward of point, no single there.
The presence of likes of Alia Riazu, Mohammad Sohail and Kainat Imtiaz, that has given her too many options there, so I think that is probably one of the reasons she hasn't bowled so far. I'm sure if Bisma Maroof had been here and with the sort of purchase that the spinners are getting from the pitch, she would have definitely bowled herself.
Well, quick single there. Omema sitting a little bit back on the inner circle there. Should have not been a single. And this is something that we picked on. In fact, that's Kainat. That's something that we picked on to the T20 series as well. If you watch that closely, there was a lot of easy singles given in the back end of the innings, where I found that when the last 3-4 overs in the T20 match, you're in the inner circle to save that single, because you don't want to give away an easy single, because there are boundary riders at the back. So then that's something that we feel even right now. If you see all the inner circle fielders are on the circle edge, so not really in there for stopping a single, because if they tap and run, it will be an easy single there, and this is something that we need to work on a little bit.
Rightly pointed out, like you said, last 3 to 4 overs. I think that is where the physical fitness come into play, and we have seen in the last 10 overs that the shoulders have dropped. In the sort of energy that we saw in the first 30 overs, where the singles were not given easily. I think that is something the last 20 overs or 15 overs of an ODI where Pakistan women team need to work on. A cheeky shot from Deandra Doughton that's running away to the boundary. It would be cut short. 2 runs to Doughton here. So she's not just playing big shots, but she's showing some brain here. She knew that the short fine leg fielder was quite wide.
Nabila, I don't think there is a shot in the book that she can't play, and she can't play to the boundary, as the Windies women are 178 for 2. Doughton on 95 now.
This has been cut towards covers fielder. Diana Baig is fielding here, and she has been on the field for a couple of overs now.
We'll have to see who she's on for right now. Like you said, the fitness standards need to match the level of the fitness standards of the international standard, because if you are fit enough for 100 overs, you need to be at least fit for 100 overs to sort of field for 50 overs and bat for at least 25 overs if you're a top batter, or have the strength of bowling those 10 overs. And what you're talking about, the shoulders dropping there, is something that we've noticed in the longer version of the game for our girls. And with some new fresh legs coming into the team, and with the new trainer Jamal, he's working very hard on those things. So, but we need to have that energy sustained all the way through, because it takes just an over for you to slip away from the game, and one good over to come back into the game as well.
Especially while you are fielding first, and if you mentally drained out, that affects your batting as well, and you won't have the same energy for big chases. But things are on the up for Pakistan women cricket at the domestic level as well. We have seen good athletes coming up with the likes of Subhana Tariq. She's a bubbly character, bowls well, fields well. Sabah Nazir, who have been inducted for the first time. Hopefully she'll get a game in this series. She's a brilliant off spinner.
Skynath comes into bowl. And there again, Nabil, we see that easy drop and run single coming into play. And this is a very crucial stage in the game in the game. 5 overs left. And if West Indies can get somewhere around in the range of 220, 225, it can become an interesting game, because the pitch isn't very easy to bat on. And we are missing Bisma Maroof again. So again, and this is where the energy comes into play, the line and lengths, because our depth bowling does struggle sometimes.
That's a catching opportunity. Javeria's under the ball and she'll get it. So Doughton will miss out on her 100. She played really well.
Yeah, Nabil, I mean, again, this is where the last 5 overs comes into play. It was Nahida who took the catch of Kainat's bowling, trying to hoik it over, maybe long off there or long on mid-wicket, but did not get the connection she wanted, walking very limberly back as she misses out on her century. 97 from 138, Doughton.
We can feel her pain, and you can see the pain while she walks back to the pavilion, laboring along to the dressing room. What a brilliant knock it has been from Deandra Doughton. And this was this catch that Nahida took. But it has been an amazing knock. It could be a good learning curve and a learning experience for Pakistan batters as well. That the likes of Doughton or someone like her who can play big shots. She played against her nature. She developed the innings and then took the charge when the team needed. She accelerated at the right time.
And that's what adapting to the game is all about. If you've got the skill level, you need to adapt to the game, of the momentum of the game, the way the game's going. And Doughton doesn't open the innings normally. Normally they've got Matthews obviously injured and not present here. And Taylor obviously dropped herself down the order. And for Doughton to adapt, and initially the run rate was very slow and very, like you said, very against Doughton's nature. As we see the replay, they're very against her nature to sort of hang in there, just knock the ball back to the bowler. So this is where we need to learn from, and responsibility today will lie on some of our other batters. With Sadra Amin will probably open the side, and Umema Sohail gets a good opportunity.
I think Aruj, this would be a perfect example to learn from for Nahida, because she is someone who can play big shots. We have seen previously Aisha Zafar was there, but once they start playing their shots, they don't stop, and that is what they can learn from Doughton here. How she managed through the whole innings, knowingly that they didn't have much depth in their batting lineup. Stefani and Doughton raised up their hand and played a big part in this overall innings.
Natasha McLean, the new batter on strike, as Kainat comes in to bowl the remaining three. Oh, so easy single there, and that might be close if it was a direct hit, but Natasha making it easily back as Sanamir picks up the ball at a short mid-wicket.
Well, what I noticed today was from the Windies batters that before they go on to bat, they warm up for so long that they are ready for the challenge. Another miss hit that will fall in between the two fielders. So this was a new experience for me, that they are about to go to bat, but they are sprinting, they're using the ropes. A brilliant graphics from the production side. 18 innings, 238 runs.
Odd, well edged, maybe down to the boundary. No, we have a boundary rider there. Umema picks up the ball, throws it back in as McLean gets a single off the mark there. The Windies women at the end of 46 overs are 183 for 3.
That's a beautiful view of the Dubai International Stadium. Alia Riaz will continue to bowl from the other end. Surprisingly, McLean has been sent over nation here, Ruj. How do you see that move?
Very, very interesting, because we saw McLean's numbers and her highest not very high. I think it was in the range of 28 or something. And Nation is just coming off a very good T20 tournament, one big innings there. And we saw some beautiful, clean, crisp striking of the ball. And that's with 4 overs remaining here. The Windies women will probably take this as a back end of a T20 game now. There we see a big shot, not timed, might just fall in front of the long on field. I thought there could have been a little more effort been put into that, as you should have charged the ball. Probably getting some glares from the captain there.
The fielding has been a bit disappointing in the last 10 overs. Is this shot from McLean? Like Ruj was saying, neither could have run in a bit more quickly. And the straight hit stopped by Alia Riaz and converted into a single.
Nabil, also I feel with again just a few overs remaining, you need to have your best fielders on the boundaries. I don't believe neither is the quickest in this unit here. If we see Diana in the circle on the extra cover, I think she should be the one down there, because every ball will be going in that region.
Surprisingly, like you said, you need to have your best fielders as boundary riders in the last over. But if you can see the offside inner circle, it's Javeria, Kainat Imtiaz and Diana Baig. Probably three of the best fielders of Pakistan in the inner circle in the last overs. Whereas we have got different boundary riders.
Trying to heave it across over square leg just for a single. Oh, she has been given out there. I thought she was running in for a single there, Nabil. I think she was a disappointed run to the umpire to see what it was all about. But yeah, I mean, looked hitting it right across the line, missing it completely. And I think, Nation here would have been a different choice for a batter.
Played across the line, tried to heave over mid-wicket boundary. Credit to Alia Riaz for bowling stumps to stumps. She got her reward. While we were talking about Nation, she steps into the ground and she looks a strong player, strong batter like Uruj was mentioning. She's coming back of a good series back in Pakistan.
And the fact that you mentioned about the warm-up regarding the matches and as the batters coming into bowl, obviously the game has come a long way. We would see, as we see, Nation's right-handed bat 32 and a high score of 39 there. And all these players obviously very young into the T20 circuit, just 25 innings under her belt as she takes her guard there. And I saw this from our trainer Jamal as well. I saw during the T20s, even our girls were in there, probably not for as long, but they were in there and trying to warm up, because in a T20 you're on from ball number 1. And even the ODI format is changing and you have to be ready from ball number 1.
T20 is all about explosion and you need to do explosive training and tricks.
There you go.
Straight away, Nation opens up her arm. Just a single. So Uruj, Pakistan can still restrict Windies for somewhere around 200 or 210. 200 would be a big ask, I think, but 210 could be a realistic total where they can restrict to this West Indies batting lineup. And now that has been played in the vacant area of the square leg, and here Windies will get the much needed boundary. Shemaine Gamble now taking the charge with Dottin gone back into the pavilion, and with that it's the end of 47th over. Windies are 192 for 4.
So as we see, and exactly what we were talking about, the stroke making of the Windies women coming into play. And Nabil, I've been following obviously the girls in green, and I find that our depth bowling struggles a little bit. We don't have that change-up delivery. Although having said that, Eamon did bowl a few change-up deliveries in the T20, but the slower one, the block hole Yorker, and even that looks. Well, there we go. We have another one. Nation is bowled. That ball kept a little low there.
Kainat just getting her 3rd wicket of the match, so it's becoming a memorable match for her. In the previous over, we were talking about how Alia and Kainat have bowled stumps to stumps, and that is now paying dividends for them.
Absolutely, as we see Nation walking back with only. Well, there we see the replay there. Kainat very happy. And this might, we see the Pakistan girls pulling it back in a little bit. And we talk about the depth bowling. So the change-up delivery, maybe the one short pitch in the over, and the block hole delivery where we see got Nation out. And Kainat will complete her over as Henry walks in with her highest score of 10, just 2 innings under her belt.
Though Kainat is bowling really well, so is Alia Riaz. But I still feel, Uruj, there will be times where you will miss someone like Diana Baig or someone like Maham Tariq, because they both can bowl quick deliveries, and we have seen how they can bowl close to 70 miles per hour. So I think Pakistan need to take care of them as well. Otherwise, our unit will be quite similar with the spinners and the medium pacers.
And that is the need of the hour. We need express pace coming in, because the dynamics of the women's game is also changing. We see Shabnam Ismail, very petite, not a very big structure, but she bowls around the 76-77 miles per hour mark, up there with Anya Shrubsall as well. Well, hit away. Must be a tight single there. Oh, might go up. Oh, the umpire shakes his head. Direct hit would have been a different story.
So, like we were saying, I think Diana is now missing out on the 4th consecutive match, and an athlete, a bubbly character like her who puts so much in for the team. I think that won't send a good message to the girl. Diana is a great athlete. She bowls quick. She fields well. We need to play such players.
Edge down to the third man boundary will be an easy single there. As again, we talked about Sidra Nawaz's clean pickup. We saw a very block hole type throw there with a clean pickup and quickly taking the bails off. And she had a very good tournament, T20 tournament. But coming back to the fast bowlers, we need to encourage and play our express fast bowlers, and those are the ones that can actually, with the change-up deliveries, make a difference with a faster Yorker or maybe a short pitch delivery. And we haven't seen any of those as such, as all our fast bowlers hit straight down past Kainat, straight to long on. Alia fielding the ball there, again an easy single. Kainat having a really good day today, Nabil.
Yeah, she was brilliant in the field as well. She has put in so much energy for the side, and that is being rewarded now. She's a very good all-rounder, bowls well, fields well, and can contribute with the bat as well. And here, a good collection from Sidra, a cheeky stumping, but the leg umpire is not interested. The appeal has been turned down.
Well, if you left it to Sidha, that was definitely out. She took the bails, appealed, gave herself the out and ran back to the bowler, but the umpire very confident there. I don't really think the batter even left a crease there. But that's the kind of energy we need, and that's the kind of energy people like Diana Baig bring in. We might just see her play, because I think what the strategy we've adopted is medium pacing all-rounders with our spin attack to strengthen our middle order batting. But tight call there. That should not have been an 2 runs there, and an easy 2 in the end. The confusion of the picking up the ball between Sana
I think
and
Sana Mir has struggled towards the end part of the innings in terms of her fielding.
obviously fresher legs, a lot fresher, and Diana Baig had to run all the way from the deep square leg boundary there, and those are the little things that matter. Again, we saw the second T20, it was a matter of 1 run in the end, and those little things matter, so we need to pick ourselves up a little bit. Having said all of that, the girls in Grieven have done an absolutely wonderful job to be where they are. But again, when you need to compete with the international standard, you have to be up there, as the Windies women are 197 for 5 at the end of 48.
Hey, Sana Mir making changes to the field. Again, now Diana Baig has been asked to come into the covers position, whereas Kainat Imtiaz has gone towards the covers boundary. Let's see how Campbell takes on Sana. Another easy single given. So this is something that Pakistan seriously needs to work on. Wide easy singles have been given away in the later part of the innings.
Sana changing her field again as the new batter is taking strike. Deep square leg goes back to the boundary. We have a deep square. We have a deep mid wicket. We have a long on as the fine leg fielder is moved near the umpire on, well, in fact, still moving as a short mid wicket to maybe stop that drop and run.
So it's a circle of 4. And long off back at the offside field, flighted delivery, but no run here. And Uruj, while we were talking about the fielding position, if you can see, there's Nashra Sandhu at the deep fine leg, and she doesn't have a good throw. And we have got fielders like Kainat, Diana and Alia fielding in the circle. So there might be an easy 2 or even 3 that has been reversed swept, and excellent effort from Alia Reyes. She got a hand towards it but couldn't grab onto it. Nonetheless, excellent fielding from Alia Reyes.
Well, the tallest one in our squad there, sticking her right hand up as she plays the reverse sweep. Sticking her right hand up, it would have stuck, a matter of luck there. Very rightly said there, we need to have our best fielders on the boundary, because we need to stop those ones from turning into 2s, because every run counts in the air there. As Henry will take strike to Sana Mir. Hit away between to the deep cover. Kainat running in. The batter's running for 2. Sidra Nawaz has a chance, but no, the Henry runs pretty. The long legs coming into play there. In easy 2 runs there. The anticipation in the field missing a little bit. We need the girls need to be ready, as the batters will run for everything now.
Yeah, Javeria wasn't too happy with that fielding effort from Kainat Imtiaz and the sort of standard that Kainat fields at. That was certainly a letdown for herself as well. In the last over, we saw Sana Mir giving away an easy two there, while now Kainat has given the same set of score. Sana complaining with Javeria with that fielding effort.
Yeah, and obviously everything matters in the end, as we just have 8 deliveries winding the first innings down. Henry will take strike to Sana Mir. Again, hit away to the long off region, but Diana intercepting that. An easy single again there in the end with just 7 deliveries now to go. I think the Windies will throw everything at this now.
I think Diana would be thinking, if I had to field for so many overs, I should have been named in the playing 11. She has been here for like what, some 10-12 overs now, and umpires haven't taken notice of it. Lucky Pakistan here. Full toss delivery and missed by Campbell here. That was juicy full toss.
That was a juicy full toss indeed, and Campbell probably trying to hit it out of the ground here, losing an entire body posture and not even getting a single there. With just 1 over now to go, Kainat Imtiaz will finish the innings for the Pakistani girls, and it'll be interesting to see how many they can roll up there in the end. Campbell and Henry in the middle there having a discussion. Sidra Amin has had a good day in the field, has been exceptional and has an exceptional throwing arm there as well. So for the field for the final over, we have third man back on the boundary. We have a point cover, extra cover, long on, long off at the boundary, deep mid wicket, and we have short mid wicket. And as she hits it down to the mid-on boundary, Alia Riaz collects it. Should be a run out there. Oh, wild throw, Kainat not collecting the ball there. As an appeal on the keeper end as well. Everything happening here in the last over, Nabil.
I think Kainat should have collected that throw. She was
not sure what she was doing because it wasn't very close to the stump. So she should have been up there trying to collect it, and would have been an easy run out there.
And that is something Mark Coles would be writing into his diary as well, and then telling the girls what mistakes they have committed.
He must be grinding his teeth there in the dugout, feeling helpless, telling them these things over and over. But it's part of the game.
Hey, Chanel Henry. Hit massive 6 here. This has been hit over the long on boundary. So a big hit from Henry here.
Big levers, big person, big hit, everything happening in the last over here as Henry hits it way over the long off boundary. Alia, a mere spectator as we see the ball crashing into the advertising hoardings.
And Rouge, what a sound from the bat.
Crisp as it gets, and it's lovely. I mean, and Nabil, well, we don't have a very big crowd here, so the sound is even more echoing. So it sounds even more crisp and wonderful as Kainat comes in.
She made a yorker herself. Otherwise, it was a half volley. Like you said, that the ball made an echoing sound. And I'm sure that Kainat won't have liked that.
You never like it when you're on the receiving end of such a strike. And the Windies women showing their firepower there. Javeria making yet another adjustment to the field as deep cover comes into the circle, and we have fine leg running all the way to the square leg boundary. Will be interesting to see what lines Kainat will adopt here. Slash to the extra cover fielder in the ring, an easy single. Kainat not grabbing the ball clean. He obviously had to run back immediately after her bowling as Henry is back on strike.
We have seen Windies batters, whether they are new to the crease or settled, they can easily clear the boundary line. And if Doughton and Taylor won't get you, the likes of Nation, Henry and Campbell will get you. Will there be a run-out opportunity? A wide throw from a run-out opportunity, and now Kainat Imtiaz misses it. So it's been a comedy of errors here. Another run taken.
Wow, Nabil, something which should have been maybe a single turns into a 3 there.
I would have liked to see the reaction of Mark Coles on this fielding effort.
If he can have him on screen, might just have his head in his hands there. What was going on there, Nabil? Javeria with a wild throw while she got up. Kainat collecting it and then throwing it, missing the stumps while they run for a third run there. Everything happening, and as the Windies total creeping up to 215 now for the loss of 5 as the last ball of the innings, Kainat.
Short delivery pulled towards the short mid-wicket fielder. So with that single, this would be end of the West Indies innings. In 15 overs, they have managed 216 for 5. A brilliant effort from both sides. Initially, it was Pakistan who dominated, and then we saw how Windies finished their innings. If we can talk through the innings, at one stage, Windies were 28 for 1 after 14 overs.
Yep.
And that is how position 143 run partnership.
In hand does to you, as we see the Pakistan girls in the middle, Javeria talking them through what they have to do next now. But that's what wickets in hand does to you. Even if you don't have momentum in the beginning of the innings, when you know you've got the skill or the potential to score the runs and you back yourself. So even with the slower run rate in the initial stages, as we see the scorecard there, Knight not getting off the mark, facing 18 deliveries, and that's the pressure we're talking about. Doughton 96 from 139, Taylor 58 from 97. Shemaine Campbell there hitting a few, with Henry finishing the innings from 18 of 9 as the Windies women finish on 216 from 5 with 50 overs.
We'll see how crucial that 18-run cameo would be from Chanel Henry. That has taken Windies to over 200-run mark, and we need to see how Pakistan will respond to it. They bowled pretty well. We saw how towards the back of the innings, Kainat Imtiaz bowled 9 overs, 49 runs given, 3 wickets taken by Kainat. She bowled pretty well. Alia Riaz and Sana Mir taking the other 2 wickets, while Ayman Anwar, who bowled with the new ball, gave away just 14 runs. So the sort of pressure that Ayman, Nashra Sandhu and Nidar Dar made towards the innings, I think that was really commendable. We'll have a short innings break here. It will be a 45 minutes break, and we'll resume at 2:10 Pakistan Standard Time. For now, we'll have a break, and we'll join you with the live action at 2:10 Pakistan Standard Time.